Hello, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I am so happy you clicked on this video, and I hope you enjoy hanging out with me for a while today. You are about to get hours of motivation along with a friend to keep you company while you tackle your to-do list. Today we will be cleaning, decorating for Christmas, making some incredibly tasty recipes, and even sharing a full living room makeover that is, of course, budget friendly. So there's lots and lots of variety in this one. I know the holiday season keeps us so insanely busy. So I'm confident that this Christmas cleaning, decorating, and homemaking marathon will give you all the motivation you need to make it through. And if you're not subscribed already, go ahead, poke around my channel, see if the videos I share could interest you. And if so, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you are already part of our little YouTube family, please know that I am just so incredibly grateful for you. So go ahead and pop this video up on your TV, tablet, or phone, and don't worry about having to search around for new videos every 20 minutes and lose your built-up motivation. Just grab your to-do list and let's get things done together. All right, you guys, today is the day we are decorating for Christmas. Right now, today, I am so excited. We are going to run through the main living area, give everything a nice tidy and clean, and then we are going to get to decorating. I already have all of our Christmas decor pulled out, and I am so excited just to bring all of those cozy feelings in here. We are of course going to be doing a hot cocoa bar again, and I have some DIYs that I shared in last week's video. We just have so much to do and I cannot wait. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
I've been waiting all year for my Christmas gifts, making a list.
All right, we are getting this year's Christmas Clean and Decorate with Me started off with a holiday simmer pot. If you guys have never done these before, they are incredible. They will seriously smell your house up so beautifully. And there really isn't an exact recipe to this at all. Just grab whatever you have in your kitchen at the moment. I'm using some cranberries, an orange, an apple, some cinnamon sticks. You can even find these at Dollar Tree. And then also a splash of vanilla. Go ahead and just chop everything up, and then you're going to pour water on it until it covers everything. And then turn that on low and just let that simmer all day long. You can even use this for a few days, but it will seriously smell so good. Let me know in the comments if you guys have ever done a simmer pot before, and if so, what are your favorite mixes that you've done?
You won't be the one I'm waiting on when Santa comes.
Before we get into all of the fun decorating, we are just going to be tidying up the main living area, and Kyle's office gets kind of tied into that because it's out in the open. And one of the things that I needed to do, because it was just piling up, was go ahead and shred all of our extra papers. Some things came from the mail and some are from the boys' school, but either way, I needed to empty this basket and just get everything shredded and recycled.
Singing the old carols by candlelight, roasting chestnuts on the open fire. Every little thing with you just feels right. So right, 'cause Santa always comes at night. I've been waiting on this comes at night. Santa always comes at night. Moonbeams in late December always make me believe. 'Cause Santa always comes at night. Santa always comes at night, yeah. I've been waiting on this onset glow since last New Year's Eve. Santa always comes at night. Santa always comes at night. Yeah. I've been waiting on this onset glow since last New Year's Eve. 'Cause Santa always comes at night. Santa always comes at night.
If you saw last week's video, I actually did several different Christmas DIYs, so you'll see those on the shelves. So I'm just going ahead and taking those down because I needed to actually wipe down the shelves. And then also I had just left up a few like random everyday decor pieces. I wasn't really sure if I was going to be using them mixed in with our Christmas decor, so I just decided to go ahead and leave them up on the shelves this last week. But now that we're ready to decorate for Christmas, I still wanted to go ahead and just take everything down and give myself a really nice clean slate. And that also made it possible to go ahead and clean everything up. If you guys have been a part of this channel for a while, you know that every time before I decorate, I will always clean our house. I just feel like it's such an easy time to really deep clean the spaces in your home because you're taking everything down anyway. And it also helps with those chores that don't get done on a daily or weekly basis. This way I know they're getting done at least like 4 times a year. Hopefully more, but at minimum 4 times a year, everything is getting like deep cleaned.
I'll be your angel. When the snow's coming down, the song is singing. Angel, you're all around. Small piece of heaven. On earth in this town, it's only Christmas. If you're coming around. If you're coming around. Oh, oh. If you're coming around. If you're coming around. You feel like Christmas.
This is the area that we are going to be setting up our Christmas tree. So our little palm needed to get moved to a new area, and we ended up deciding that my office would be the best spot for him.
Like every storm that's ever come just fade away. Now every front door reminds me of you. All decorated, anticipating good news. I've got one Christmas wish. Top of my Christmas.
Once I got the living room all tidied up, I just moved into the kitchen, and I'm just starting to kind of clear off the countertops and organize everything in here. And before we get too far in the video, I did want to mention there is going to be a giveaway, so I am going to be talking about that a little bit later on when we jump into all of the decorating. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I also wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who clicked on this video and is just hanging out with me today. I'm so thankful you're here. Let me know in the comments if you have been here for a long time or if you're new here, and also let me know how you found me. Like what video brought you to my channel, and if you've subscribed already, what made you decide to stay.
Everyone wants to feel less alone, but just like putting on a winter coat, you could always melt away the bitter cold. I'll be your angel when the snow's coming down. The song is singing, angel here all around. Small piece of heaven on earth in this town. It's only Christmas if you're coming around. If you're coming around, oh, you're coming around. If you're coming around, it's only Christmas. I'll be your
I swear you guys, every time I unload our dishwasher and I put all the cups up in the cup cabinet, specifically mugs, that's like my little issue right now. I'm like so addicted to mugs, and I need to not bring any more into our house. I don't really know how it happens because I don't feel like I bring a lot of mugs in, and yet somehow they are multiplying, so I must be the problem here. But I really need to declutter things but I've kind of been going back and forth. I know the holidays get really busy, and I think I could get around to decluttering maybe in the holiday season, but let me know in the comments, would you rather see like a kitchen declutter before Christmas, or would you rather wait and see that in the new year? Honestly, I have 1,000 things that I could be doing instead of doing that, but I also could push that and make it happen now, and that would feel great too. So let me know kind of what your preference would be, and we'll just go from there.
There's a sweet, sweet stillness there in the quiet Christmas air. May you find yourself laughing all the while. Have a happy, merry, beautiful Christmas where all your troubles fade away. Where there's laughing and memories made by the Christmas tree and joy for every age. So have a beautiful Christmas. Oh, have a beautiful Christmas. Oh. Wrap your feelings up with care. Give it to someone to share. On this holiday affair, could there be more? In the glow of candlelight, with your problems out of sight, one can get lost in the songs of yore. Have a happy, merry, beautiful Christmas where all your troubles fade away. Where there's laughing.
So to wipe down our counters, I am just using this fall scent from Mrs. Meyer's, and it smells so good. Honestly, I feel like this is the perfect scent for like that transitional period between fall and Christmas time, or fall and winter. Now I wanted to chat about the elephant in the room. I'm sure that a lot of you guys are waiting until Thanksgiving to decorate for Christmas. And then I know a lot of you guys are on the other side and you guys have probably already decorated for Christmas. But I personally really like to decorate a little bit early. So I typically will do that like in the beginning of November. And I do that because by the time Christmas is over, I am just feeling so overwhelmed with everything. And I just end up wanting to take everything down, like all of the extra decor, and just kind of let our house breathe. And because the holidays do go by so fast, I feel like we miss out on really enjoying that Christmas decor. And so for that reason, we decided to decorate a little bit early on in the season and be able to enjoy that decor for a little bit longer. Also, we typically don't do like a huge Thanksgiving dinner. As you may know, we don't live really close to a ton of family, and so that's just not anything we've ever been able to do. So I'm never super worried about like hosting a big Thanksgiving dinner. But speaking of Thanksgiving, let me know in the comments what you have planned. Are you doing something small? Are you hosting Thanksgiving? Are you going out of town for Thanksgiving? I would love to know what your plans are. Let me know in the comments, what do you do for your hard floors? Do you typically sweep them, or do you do what I'm doing here and just vacuum them all? I don't know if this is something that is just kind of new, because growing up, like, we did not vacuum hard floors. You always just swept hard floors and you only vacuumed carpets. But at least with like these stick vacuums, they work really well on hard floors. I honestly feel like that's kind of where they shine. And I personally feel like they do a better job than sweeping, and they also are a lot easier. So that's definitely what I go for. But let me know if you vacuum or sweep your hard floors. And depending on what you do you do that because that's just kind of what your habit is, like what you've always done? Or do you do that because you feel like your method works way better than the other way? The last thing that I wanted to do before we jump into the best part, which is decorating, I wanted to get our floors nice and clean, and that included getting them all mopped. So my favorite way to clean my floors when I'm using a mop and bucket is actually to go ahead and pop in a dishwasher tab along with really, really hot water, like steaming water, and it cleans your floors super, super well.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la, la la la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us, fa la 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 la, la la la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, fa la la la, la la. Follow me in merry measure, fa la la la. Well, I tell of Yuletide treasure, fa la la. Fast away the old year passes, fa la la la, la la. Hail the new ye lads and lasses, fa la la. Sing we joyous all together, fa la.
All right. The house is looking amazing. It's smelling incredible because of the simmer pot we have going over there. And now we are about to pull all the Christmas decor out, start styling the shelves. I also have some really fun, like, new things to do this year. I'm hoping they work out. And then we're also going to be putting our Christmas tree up. I think we're just gonna put it in the same spot that we did last year, but I don't know. We'll just kind of play it by ear. Let's bring Christmas on. All right, finally, we are bringing out the decor, and I've shared this story every single year, but I just cannot help but feel so grateful every time we get to decorate for a new season, because as I've shared in the past, we just did not used to have any extras, and I feel like almost everybody has been in that position, whether you're starting out or, you know, whatever life kind of throws at you, you might be back in that situation, and it can be a bit of a bummer to see others decorating when you're not in that stage. And I feel like because we have been there, I am just very grateful for all the things that we do have now, and that I'm able to decorate our home with beautiful Christmas decor that we've accumulated over the years. So as a way to give back to you guys and just let you know how incredibly thankful and grateful I am for you guys that you hang out with me each week, I want to go ahead and give 2 of you guys $50 cash to go to the store, pick out some fun Christmas decor, and decorate your home with whatever you would like. And as usual, we are keeping this giveaway very, very simple. All you have to do is make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, because this is a way to give back to my amazing subscribers. And then next you're going to leave a comment on this Christmas Clean and Decorate with me, as well as my part 2 Christmas Clean and Decorate with me. That will be coming in 2 weeks, and we will be going upstairs and decorating up there. And once that video is live, I will have that link down in the description box, along with all of the information for this giveaway. And also, I did want to mention it is international, so no matter where you live in the world, you can definitely be eligible to win this one. So thank you so much for spending your time with me, and good luck. going to be linking down below my Christmas Clean and Decorate With Me videos from previous years, so you can see like all the different ways that we've decorated. And when you watch those, or if you've already seen them, you will probably notice a lot of the same decor is being used year after year. And yet each year it just kind of looks different. It has a different feel. And I wanted to kind of talk about that because I feel like it's so easy to want to go out to the stores and buy all new decor each year, but truly you don't need to do that, and you can still have things feel different and fresh each year. So one of my biggest tips for that is to not look at pictures or videos or whatever of your home from previous years. And that way you kind of like have forgotten what things looked like. And then you end up kind of decorating in a little bit different way. You end up putting your decor pieces in different areas and styling them with different items. And just those small little changes actually make a big difference in making things feel fresh and new. And it really just kind of helps you get away with styling the same decor year after year and not making it feel stale and old.
Merry Christmas from a distance. I wish you were here tonight. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Yeah, I got you on my mind. Merry Christmas from a distance. I wish you were here tonight. Oh, what I'd give to have you here, my dear. We could sing and laugh about our wonderful year. I can see it now, yeah, your lips stained from the wine.
So in last week's video, we pulled down all of our fall decor, and I also shared how to make some different DIY projects. They were like little Christmas DIY decor pieces. And a few of those are starting to make it up on our shelves, including these little hand-drawn trees with the ornaments on them. These ended up being one of my favorites. I love how they turned out. And if you missed that video or you want to see how I made those pieces, along with a few others, I will have it linked down below for you. But as always, decorating my shelves kind of gives me a hard time. I feel like I just move things around over and over until I find something that I really love. But the way that I usually will go about starting to decorate shelves is I will just start where I'm kind of more sure about something. So for example, I knew I wanted the nativity set not on the very bottom, but I wanted it like pretty low so you could see it really well. And then I also wanted it to be on the left-hand side just because that's the side you kind of see a little bit better. And so I went ahead and started there. And then on the bottom, I knew I wanted my big bowl that I could put the remotes in, and then I just kind of moved on from there. Then on the right side of the shelves, I knew the first thing that I wanted to do over there was to add my little DIY Christmas village. And these little black houses are ones that I got from Target years ago, and I've loved how they look. They're just very simple and timeless. And then I just add in a few trees in the background, and I always love how it looks. And then I just continue on with the shelves, just trying something new. But as always, don't feel like you need to get everything right the first time. Decorating is always a lot of trial and error.
Merry Christmas, yeah, I got you on my mind. Merry Christmas from a distance. I wish you were here tonight. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Yeah, I got you on my mind. Merry Christmas from a distance. I wish you were here tonight.
Something that I really like to do is add these twinkle lights in. I like to get the ones that are on a timer so that they will like turn on and off. Well, these ones are actually like twinkling. I like to get them when they're on a timer, and then they'll turn on and off throughout the season, like around sunset, and then they turn off at nighttime. If you haven't done this before, you will be amazed at what a huge difference it makes. It just like brings so much life to your decor.
It's getting cold, just look at the falling snow. There's season's greetings, happy mistletoe. They're decorating the Christmas tree with the star of time.
These are some more of my little DIY trees that I made last week, and I love how they turned out. And then just to kind of spice this area up, or this little shelf up, I'm actually adding a little bit of greenery. And honestly, that is something that's so inexpensive, so simple to do, and it really does make a big difference in the overall feel of your space. If you feel like something's missing, add a little greenery, add a little twinkle lights, and you will be amazed at the impact.
Dads have made the list. Can you hear the sleigh bells? It's Christmas time. The sound of sleigh bells on reindeer.
I have bought so many different twinkle lights over the years. I've got them from Target Dollar Spot. I've ordered them online, and I feel like I've finally figured out which ones I love and which ones are more of a pass for me. And these ones are definitely the top of my list. So the things that I love about them are, one, they are really long, so it gives you a lot of twinkle light to work with. And then I also love that they have a remote, which makes it easy if you're putting them in like higher areas or hard to reach areas. And they also have a timer. So for those reasons, I really, really love these twinkle lights. I just got them on Amazon. They come in a pack of 4. And my tip for twinkle lights is to be sure to always take your batteries out of your twinkle lights at the end of the year so they don't kind of slowly drain while they're just sitting in storage. But once I got all the batteries in and everything, I just started picking a few different shelves that I wanted to kind of highlight, and I added those twinkle lights throughout.
The sound of sleigh bells on reindeer.
Alright, I got the shelves all decorated. I'm loving how they're looking. So cozy, especially with all of the beautiful little twinkle lights. Now, I'm trying to maybe do something a little bit different for our stockings. There's something that I really like to do on our mantle, which kind of, I don't know. I'm going back and forth on this, you guys. Let me show you. Okay, I really love to use these little like reindeer guys, like a reindeer garland thing. I actually got it from the Target Dollar Spot, I believe years ago. But I love to do this right across the mantle. You see that? It's just so fun. The kids always love it, Kyle loves it. But if I do that, then I can't hang the stockings on the mantle. And I just don't know. But see, that would look really pretty. So last year I hung them from below the mantle, but we used command strips, and then every time we had the fireplace on, it would like melt the command strip tape and they would start to fall. So I'm not sure. So I decided to go with the stockings on the mantle, and I just love how it looked. I was a little bit unsure when I was first starting out because I just felt like the stocking hangers looked a little bit cheesy up there and kind of out of place. But then I remembered that I had this little faux fur runner, and I ended up just kind of stuffing it along top of the stocking area, and it just kind of looks like a blanket of snow, and I really love how stunning it turned out. It just feels so traditional to have the stockings on the mantle. And I also kind of love that it kept them more at the center of attention versus putting them somewhere else in the room. Let me know in the comments if you do anything unique with your stockings or if you just hang them on the mantle as well.
Good tidings we bring to you and your king. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Growing up, we always had a real tree. And then a few years after Kyle and I got married, we started getting a faux tree, and it just was like amazing, honestly, because you don't have to water it all the time. It's not so much of a fire hazard. And then honestly, having it pre-lit is just such a huge deal. So like I mentioned, we do decorate a little bit early for Christmas, but one thing that I do wait on is actually decorating our Christmas tree. So we will put it up in November, but we will not be decorating it until the weekend after Thanksgiving. And that's when we actually decorate it as a family.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New
These are a new buy this year. They were from Walmart. They're 9 feet garlands and they looked really pretty because they have like this cypress look, but all the ones I find online are like $70 plus. So I found this one and it looks really, really nice. And I just think it's gonna look so pretty to like add some greenery up above the cabinets and have some garland like that. So we are going to get to stringing the garland up here.
Jolly old Saint Nicholas, lean your ear this way. Don't you tell a single soul what I'm about to say. Christmas Eve is coming soon. Now, you dear old man, whisper what you'll bring to me. Tell me if you can.
I always love how everything turns out each year with Christmas. I feel like you can't really go wrong with decorating for the holidays. But one area that I always kind of struggle with is our kitchen and dining room, because I'm in here all the time cooking for the family and I really don't like to overclutter our countertop areas. And so pretty much every other year, it's just felt a little bit more bare in our kitchen. And it's like, you know, the living room is really decorated. And then in our kitchen is like way more simple and not a lot going on. But this year I decided to add some garland above our cabinets and I love how it turned out. I actually got this idea from my neighbor. She did it last year and I just loved her kitchen. And I really feel like this is so nice because it ended up giving me the opportunity to decorate our kitchen and make it feel a bit more festive without having to sacrifice the functional space of my surfaces.
Natalie wants a storybook. She thinks dolls are folly. As for me, my little brain isn't very bright.
Next, we're going to do something that I'm hoping will look really cool. I kind of saw a similar thing done at the place that my sister had her reception for her wedding, and I thought it would be perfect for Christmas actually. So I have just some jingle bells. These are like different shimmery ones. They were like $6 from Walmart, and then I also have some smaller sizes kind of in the same color, and we are just going to put them at different heights on the pendant. And Noah got home from school, so he's gonna be my helper. You ready? If you have little kids, you know exactly how this goes, but the kids got home from school and they wanted to help out, but they have pretty short attention spans, especially if it's not something they are like totally into. But I did love that I was in the middle of kind of decorating in the dining room area, and all 3 of the boys came up and wanted to help me. Even if it was just for a few minutes, I just really loved it. But as you kind of see this little ornament light thing coming together, let me know in the comments what you think, or if you think I should swap out the twine for something a little bit more streamlined and see-through like fishing string, just to give it a more seamless look. I really had this going a little bit better in my mind and I kind of still love it, but later on that night, Kyle was like, oh, I really like that. And then he was like, it actually kind of reminds me of a jellyfish though. And now I just cannot stop seeing a jellyfish whenever I look at our light. So I'm kind of leaning towards changing out the twine for some fishing line, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at it all wrong. Either way, let me know in the comments what you think. You love it? So usually every holiday season, I'm pulling out my new bloom towels for the season. This year they actually got lost in the mail, but now they are re-shipped and I'm just waiting on them to arrive. So even though I can't show them in this video, I am going to link them down below. Their holiday designs are so adorable. You guys will love them.
Him whose birth the angels see.
Okay, so I wanted to do something a little bit different for like coffee table books for Christmas. I wanted to do Christmas books that also had like Christmas stories. So this one actually has, like, you open this one up and it says turn to page 23. That will be like a different book. So this one has a bunch of different books. They're like 5-minute Christmas stories or something. But I thought this would be so much fun for the kids to read a book. Like we could just read every now and then. And then this one was just so pretty, Christmas on Nantucket, and it just has more like Christmas pictures in it. So it's more like a true Christmas coffee table book, but I love both of these.
Christ the Lord, the newborn King. In excelsis
Well, if you can't tell, I was so incredibly stumped with the coffee table. I just could not figure out how to decorate this one. I always like to style the coffee table with a tray because I do like to keep our coffee table functional. And so I just kind of want all the decor corralled into one single area, but I just couldn't get it all styled together and looking how I wanted. So as you know, I just sat there and played with it a little bit. Finally, eventually, I remembered that I had these bells that I had ordered on Amazon, and I knew these were going to be the perfect piece to tie this coffee table together. And I was right. These turned out so amazing, and I love the coffee table now. And then I just ended up moving the Christmas books over to the shelving area under some trees, and they looked beautiful.
come and all is bright round yon Virgin Mother and Child, holy infant, so tender and mild, silent night, holy night, all is calm and all is
The last thing to do in the living room was just to go ahead and change out some of the pillows. And as you guys know, I get my pillow covers and inserts from Amazon. It's like the best place to find them. And then I also grabbed this little Christmas tree pillow from Target, and I love how cute it was.
yon Virgin Mother and Child, holy.
Okay, we do still have just a little bit of more decor to put up, like this little area right here, and then I also want to do garland on the stairs. But before we jump into that, I do want to get our hot cocoa bar set up. I've kind of gone back and forth on like where we want it in the kitchen, but I feel like this is the most out of the way space to kind of like sprawl it out and just make it a whole big thing. And our kids love it. I love it. Kaya loves it. It's just always such a hit in our house. So I really kind of want to make it like a big deal in the kitchen because we don't have it all year round. I love a good hot cocoa bar, and my kids love it definitely even more than me because they just take every opportunity they can to enjoy it. But I wanted to show you guys and kind of talk about how with a hot cocoa bar, you really do not need to go overboard. You don't need to go buy a bunch of crazy stuff. You don't need to get like all new containers. everything that I'm using in the Today's Hot Cocoa bar were things that I already had. Other than the little hot cocoa sign, I did find that new this year at Hobby Lobby, but all of these containers were ones that I've had in the past. And one of the containers I'm even using is literally an old pasta sauce jar, but it works incredibly. And then I'm also using some little mugs that I just pulled out of our cabinet. So you really do not need a big, huge area, and you really don't need a whole lot of new things. Just go ahead and start with a tray and then add in some glass containers or mugs, things like that, or in your toppings, and then you're good to go. And if you want to make it a little extra fancy, add in some of those twinkle lights, but just don't feel like you have to overdo it to make it special and absolutely perfect. All right, we had to pause for a little bit and it is pitch black outside. We actually just got the boys to sleep, but Kyle and I are going to tackle just the last few things together. So I'm going to put up the wreath, put up a sign right here, and then go ahead and add some garland to our banister. And then I think we are going to call it a night, but I'm loving how everything turned out. And I'll show you guys in just a minute a few pans of like how it all came together. I'm pretty sure that this is actually the exact same way that I decorated this wall last year. I used the same wreath and then I also used the same sign. I think I got that from Kirkland's last year, but I just love how it looks. But once again, I just wanted to touch on this. Do not feel like you need to buy a bunch of new Christmas decor each year. Now, I feel like that advice kind of goes against the new norm of what we often see online, but you can honestly make the holidays so special without getting fancy new stuff each year. Now, I totally get wanting to add in a few new things each year just to kind of make it extra fun if the budget allows, but I would say 95% of my decor is from previous years. And I also feel like it is really neat for the kids to see old decor coming out. It's familiar to them. They remember it from previous years. And I feel like it's probably just going to signify, oh yeah, it's Christmas now because I remember those pieces coming out like last year. Now, one example of that is when I was growing up, we used to have this like Santa and reindeer. It was a battery operated thing. It was just a tiny little trinket and it sang a little song and it moved a little bit, but I absolutely loved it. And every single time I saw my mom pull it out of the Christmas tubs, it just made me feel like, Christmas is here. I am so happy. and I actually loved it so much that I literally went on eBay as an adult and I found the exact same one, and I have it in my own Christmas decor now. You guys will see that in next week's video because that little piece actually goes upstairs for the kids. But just kind of keep that in mind as you're seeing all of these things on Instagram with these like beautiful brand new items that people are finding every single year. Just keep in mind you really don't need that. Even though they're fun to see, that is not at all what makes the holidays special.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
All right, let me know what you guys think about everything. Let me know what you think of all the new things that I tried out this year, or if you have a favorite piece that I shared. And make sure that you are subscribed down below if you are not already, because next week we have our loft makeover, which is our upstairs room. We are completely making it over. You guys are definitely not going to want to miss that. It looks like a completely different room. We completely changed the function, and we did it all on a budget by finding things through Facebook Marketplace. And then the following week, we're going upstairs and decorating for Christmas up there in a completely different theme. It's a lot more whimsical, a lot more fun for kids, and I just know it's going to turn out so fun. And of course, make sure that you are leaving a comment on this video so that you are entered to win. And if you are needing some more Christmas motivation, I'm going to leave my Christmas playlist right here. This is filled with all things Christmas. There's holiday recipes in there. There's cleaning and decorating for the holidays. If you are needing more motivation today, I have got you covered with that playlist. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you right back here in the next one. Bye, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are in for another makeover. We are upstairs this time in our soon-to-be loft area, like kind of a chill teen room kind of area. If you've been here for a while, previously we have had this room be kind of like a game room / workout area. And I think because it had two different purposes and it wasn't fully styled or organized or anything, it just was not an inviting space and we never ended up using it. So we decided to go ahead and make this like a loft area, I guess, with a couch. We actually found this couch on Facebook Marketplace for $120. Such a good deal. We deep cleaned it and everything, and now it's good to go. This is a poof that we've had for years and years, like back when we lived in Georgia. And then I also found this TV stand on Facebook Marketplace as well. And our plan is to put up some TVs in here so we can like game and the boys can game in here. We're also going to be adding a rug, adding curtains. And one of my favorite things, we are going to be getting rid of this huge mirror. I don't really know why it's here, but it's just kind of weird placed on the wall. So we're gonna be taking this down. I bet a lot of you guys can comment down below and make a guess of what we are going to be putting on this wall in place of the mirror. If you know what I'm talking about, if you know what our plan is, let me know in the comments. And if not, then you will be in for a fun surprise. So we have a lot to get done. Of course, we are also going to be painting and getting rid of this blue color and just making it a little bit more neutral, like a really nice neutral backdrop for everything you have planned. Let's go ahead and get into it.
I wanna hear you say that you only want me.
Okay, so for anyone new here that is unfamiliar with what this space used to look like, I'm just kind of inputting some footage from before, back when we still had it as like a hodgepodge room where we had some workout equipment. We had an old bookshelf in here, also a game table, and we ended up taking all of that out. And then we just had like a clear and open space for a while until we ended up finding these Facebook Marketplace finds. And we just ended up setting them in here, and they've just kind of been sitting in here hanging out by themselves until we were ready to do this makeover. So like I mentioned, we are going to be painting this entire area. We are actually going to be getting rid of this blue color. But before we do that, we wanted to take down the mirror so that we could go ahead and paint behind it, because I don't really know why exactly this mirror was here. We were originally going to keep it for a while back when we were going to use this as like a workout space. But ever since we decided it wasn't like a full-on workout space, it's just been kind of an eyesore. And I'm just super excited to kind of be done with this one. Also, I'm not sure when exactly we're going to get around to this, but that little desk area over in the side of this room, we are going to be doing a DIY makeover on that. And I feel like that's going to be like the cherry on top of this space and just finish it off perfectly.
Every day I do, my gut keeps telling me no. Your girl, been running on daydreams. But that's just how my brain be. I don't need your doubt, nope, I don't need your doubt. Hey, just chill, I got all the time to kill. Yeah, I got good vibes, good vibes. I'm too blessed to give in to any stress. It's only good vibes, good vibes. So when I can pay the rent, I got nothing in my fridge. Got no doubt, yeah, things always turn around. Yeah, I got good vibes, good vibes.
Once we got the mirror taken down, we went ahead and just started kind of clearing out the room a little bit. We are leaving like the TV stand in the space just because it wasn't too intrusive, but we took out the plant and the couch and all the other things that weren't a huge deal to move. And that way we just had a lot more space to paint, and there was no risk of getting paint on any of those things.
Don't at me 'cause I'm smiling. I don't need your doubt, nope, I don't need your doubt. Hey, just chill.
So we are just going to be continuing on using the same like main wall color in here, and it's just Benjamin Moore Pale Oak in eggshell. And I'm gonna start this process by cutting in while Kat is working on the TV.
Turn around, yeah, I got good vibes, good vibes. Sing it with me, every little thing is gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Sing it with me, every little thing is gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Rip a page out of the book, a lot from Sir Bon Jovi, and just take a second, take a breath. Don't worry, just be happy. All that you got is a day, don't got a second to waste. You have permission to listen to the brain you've been given. Yeah, you got a future to take. Yep. Ooh, you ain't failing if you're trying, and ooh, gotta believe the future's brighter. You owe it to yourself to do what only brings you joy. So shut up all that noise. Yep, shut up all that noise. Hey, just chill. I got all the time to kill. Yeah, I got good vibes, good vibes. I'm too blessed to give in to any stress. It's only good vibes, good vibes. So when I can pay the rent, I got nothing in my fridge.
So we're just using Benjamin Moore Pale Oak. Now this is actually the same color that we have as like the base color in our home, and we absolutely love this one because it's kind of like one of those grayish colors. So whether you have some gray furniture and accents, or you kind of lean more towards the tan and brown, it will kind of pull whatever's around it, and it just ends up looking so pretty. But we also wanted this color to be very light and airy, just because there are some areas in our home that doesn't have the absolute best natural light. And so we really want to kind of help that out a little bit, and I just absolutely love it. I have no idea how many rooms I've painted over the years, but I recently challenged myself within the last year or so to learn how to cut in without taping, and honestly, It has saved me hours and hours and hours of time. This is definitely a skill that would not pay off if you like rarely paint, but especially since moving in the house and we've painted like almost every single wall in this house. And then of course with like makeovers that we've done at friends and family's homes, like we paint a lot of walls. And so it's just been such a time saver to go ahead and learn this trick. So of course we are multitasking, and while I was painting and kind of cutting in around the edges, Kyle continued working on the TV installation. He had actually started this process the day before while I was working on some other things around the house, and I think he got the wall cable holders from Best Buy, and that just makes it so everything can go safely through the wall and we don't have like extra cords and everything between the TVs and the entertainment center. I love watching someone paint. I feel like it's so satisfying because it really does give such a huge impact. But actually painting the wall yourself definitely doesn't give that same effect just because it takes so long. Let me know in the comments if you have a guess of how long this ended up taking us to paint the entire room from top to bottom.
I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us. Please don't give up on me. At least give me a try. 'Cause you're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing that I've ever had. You're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing. As I'm walking to your place, I'm shaking. I am picturing the words in my mind. I cannot stand losing you. No, I will fight. 'Cause I believe in us. I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us. Please don't give up on me. At least give me a try.
Finally, I have the first coat on. You can definitely still see the blue, and over here you can still see like that tan square. I don't know, it's gonna be too bright on camera for you to see it, but we will definitely need a second coat. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that is all, but it is looking so different in here. Definitely a lot more modern and upgraded. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting up the second coat on everything, and then I think Kyle is ready to start putting the TVs on their mounts and getting that all set up. We're not gonna put them up on the wall yet because we are still going to do an accent wall in here, and I'll show you in a little bit what that's gonna be.
Read me like a magazine. I don't wanna be made of paper dreams. You always get me out of my head again. Swear I'm just a mess in a pretty dress, but you come and stay.
Great. finally finished the paint on the main wall, and I feel like that blue wall is actually still reflecting, so it looks like a little blue, but trust me, it is not. Also, you can see we've lost all light outside. It's like 6:30 maybe now, but now we are going to tackle this wall. We are definitely not getting as far along as I was hoping we would get today, but that's okay. We'll get 2 big things done. We'll get the paint done, and then we'll get the TVs mounted, and then get everything all cleaned up to finish things up tomorrow. But finally, you guys get to see what we are doing with the accent wall. It's a very bold choice, but we're really excited about it.
If I'm gonna be bending over backwards for anyone, it's you. Been the same, thought I'd never change, but you played your way through all my games. Now I'm wrapped up in you. And your denim jacket let me have it. You took on all of my sad and made it all feel new. I'm just fine, kissing in your backseat, call you mine, listening to you sleep, think I might need you more than I thought.
So for our accent wall behind the TV area, kind of like the focus wall of the space, we decided to do something a little bit more bold than we typically do, and we ended up going with a black color. So this specific color is Sherwin-Williams Caviar, and this is actually the same color that we have all of our doors painted, or all of our interior doors painted. And we ultimately decided to go this way because, one, I wanted it to be somewhat cohesive with the rest of the house, and so using the same black that we have on our doors kind of ties that all together. And then a few of the reasons that we wanted something so dark is because we wanted to have the TVs kind of blend into the background. That way it doesn't look too crazy having 2 TVs next to each other in like such an open space. And then the other reason that I wanted something a little bit darker is because I really wanted something to grab your attention and kind of hold your attention on this side of the room and not just make it be a big grayish area. I wanted something to really draw your attention in. And you'll see in just a bit, but it actually makes the space feel a lot more cozy and intimate, and we just ended up loving how it turned out.
Words for anyone, it's you. I twist and turn to be just what you need. Even though I know you'd never ask me to, I'd bend over backwards for you.
We're falling out, we have reached disaster. Don't know where we're gonna be after. And we do it all again and again and again and again. Again and again and again and again. We're falling down, we faded. But I know that we can save it. Cause we're like alpha and omega. Whatever happens doesn't matter, I know we can sort it out. Alpha and omega. Even if we go all out and break us down, I know we are alpha and omega. Whatever happens doesn't matter.
All right, I know I don't have the whole wall painted or anything. We just have everything kind of edged out. But let me know what you're thinking about this so far. Are you feeling like it's too bold, or are you going with me on it and you're able to see the potential? I feel like Kyle sometimes has told me he struggles with seeing the potential of things. And for me, I feel like I'm pretty good at being able to see how I think something's going to turn out. So this is exactly how I was hoping it would be. And Kyle was just in awe every time. He was like, oh, every time you paint a little more, like I'm able to see the vision, and I just am loving it more and more each time.
Know that we can save it. Cause we're like alpha and omega. Whatever happens doesn't matter, I know we can sort it out. Alpha and omega. Even if we go all out and break us down, I know we are alpha and omega. Whatever happens doesn't matter, I know we can sort it out. Alpha and omega. Alpha and omega.
All right, let's chat a little bit about the two TVs. So we did the same thing in our basement in our Utah home. I know a lot of you guys have probably seen that video before. If not, I will have it linked down below. Definitely check it out. Anyway, we did the same thing with having two TVs right next to each other in Utah, and we just loved it so much. And the reason that we do the two TVs next to each other is because Kyle and I both game, like play video games together. And it's really cool because it turns something like gaming, which is typically something you kind of do on your own, into something that you can do together as a couple, as a family, you know, with friends, whatever. Now, I didn't always like gaming. It actually happened several years ago when Kyle was playing a video game and he was struggling with one part, and I was just kind of being silly and like, oh yeah, sure, I'll help you. And it turned out that I was pretty good at it, and I was just like hooked ever since. So we like to play lots of different video games together. We actually do a lot of like at-home date nights because we usually don't ever live next to family, and so finding date nights to do at home is like crucial for us. And that's just been something really fun to do that we've done for years and years and years. But let me know in the comments if you play video games as well. And if so, let me know your favorite ones. And also, if you haven't ever given it a shot, I would urge you to try it, especially, you know, if your spouse or boyfriend or partner or whoever does gaming. It is a lot of fun to be able to do it together. And I feel like it's something that sometimes can divide people if only one person does it. But if you do it together, it can just be a really fun thing to do. Now, when we first started gaming, we used to game in different rooms and we would wear headsets and talk to each other. I feel like that makes it sound so nerdy, but ever since putting the TVs together, it's just been a lot more fun to like make it a little bit more intimate and be able to be right next to each other as we play video games and everything. So anyway, I know it looks a little bit ridiculous having two TVs right next to each other, but it's just been so much fun. We've loved it. And then also our boys are into gaming as well, and so they like to do the same thing with their friends.
My heart, your words have never been wrong. You are my own safety zone. You're solid like a granite stone. It came very sudden today when we moved away from what had been our home since forever. I was scared then, so scared that I would lose you.
All right, it is a new day and we are jumping right into things. As you can see, we have a much more neutral backdrop behind me. That mirror is gone, and we have our moody accent wall in here. So we do still have a lot to get done. We were hoping to get further than we did yesterday, but it just, you know, painting took a lot longer. So today we have, I think, just one piece of furniture to build. We have some curtain rods to make, of course, and then we are going to be doing something special on this wall. So that's gonna be like our biggest project today, and then it's just like, you know, kind of making things come together with little accent pieces and things like that. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We are going to actually start outside. We have to measure our curtain rods, go start prepping those. We also got a rug for this space, and we're going to hopefully help with the corners, like not curling up and everything, by laying it out in the sun for a little while we do some other things. So first we're gonna start out outside, and then we'll come back in and work our magic.
I don't really need a new friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone who can play though, wanna hang with me. I'm not really looking for a friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone not afraid to give it all to me. Get next to me, get next to me. All that I want is to get next to you, get next to you. Not asking for much, but it feels like the two of us are golden, are gorgeous. We'll do you good, so take a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get closer.
The first thing on our list today is to tackle the curtain rods. We have made these DIY curtain rods so many times, and so I don't always go through like the full process with you guys, just because if you've seen a lot of other makeovers, I'm sure you've heard them before. But basically we just get conduit pipes from Home Depot. They are about $10, maybe $11 each, and then we cut it down to size, and we typically like to go about 10 inches to a foot on both sides of the window, and that way it helps make the windows feel even bigger than they are. And then once we have it cut down to size, we just give it some light coats of matte black spray paint, and it completely transforms the look of it, and it ends up looking really high end even though you only spent like $10 or so. And then I'll show you a little bit later on in the video how we actually attach these rods to the wall, but it's another very budget friendly trick, and it looks really, really nice.
Do it. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Next, we are just rolling out the rug that we got for the loft area. Now, usually this trick works. We like to lay it out in the middle of the day and just kind of let the sun bake out all of the wrinkles in it. But the sun was not very warm or intense on this day, so it didn't work too well. But especially if you're doing this in the summer on a really hot day, typically this works great. And another trick that Kyle found recently is if you're having issues with your rug being really wrinkled and rolled up on the corners, go ahead and use a handheld fabric steamer, and it will work wonders on your rug. Moving back inside, we are building some furniture. So the only furniture that we actually had to build, because everything else came from Facebook Marketplace, was this arch bookshelf. I found it on Amazon, and I love how it looks. It's like very modern and very minimal. There's not a whole lot to it, but we do have some arches down by our kitchen. And so I found myself kind of trying to mimic the arches here and there throughout our house, just to kind of tie things together throughout the house. So we have like an arch mirror in our bedroom, and now we have this arched bookshelf in this room, and pretty much anywhere I can find without overdoing it, I will add an arch, just because it's a really unique shape, and I love that it adds like some curvature and just some interest into different areas. And as usual, any items that I can link down below, I will have linked for you. And if you see something that you don't see a link for, be sure to comment down below. I read every single comment and do my best to respond to as many as possible, especially if you have a question. So we did the same thing in our Utah home. It's a slightly different like color. We did end up leaving that one for the new owners of our old house. We have just been wanting to find a spot in this house for it because we just love it. It's just such a unique piece, but it does take a bit of time and work to put it up on the wall. So we're not super looking forward to the process, but we'll get to do it together, so it won't be too bad, and it will be totally worth it when we're done.
Brand new street and brand new me. Side by friends I need. Don't you tell me that you're in town. I already know. Couple days ago.
So going through comments on last week's video, it was so fun to see where a lot of you are from. So do me a favor and comment below and let me know where you live. And also I would love to hear if you want to add on to that, just something kind of interesting about where you live. I'm sure as we put up the map today, you'll see your country or your state. I just love hearing different things about where everyone lives, because everywhere is really so different. Like even if you live in the same country as someone else, the different areas can be so diverse. But anyway, like I mentioned earlier, this is the second time that we've put this world map up on our wall. We had one in our Utah house in our basement, and we just loved it so much. But this time, thankfully, it went a lot smoother than it did when we put it up the first time. And we also found out that the company that makes this map actually made some nice improvements that made the process go a lot more smoothly and a lot faster. Like, I would say this ended up taking us about an hour from start to finish.
I would die if I saw you now. Dreams might turn into something real. Don't you give me that look, take a bow, already know. Now you gotta go. Hey, now that our names are written in stone, let's be honest, sounds like home. Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. I wish I could dream about somebody else. I wish I could talk when the silence so loud. I wish, oh I wish. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. I wish I could do something that will make sense. I wish I would know what you're thinking about. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. Take your moment to join the dance. Wait, but never miss your chance. No more walls, your destiny is facing you.
So getting all the mainland areas kind of up on the wall was definitely the easy part. The toughest part is figuring out the spacing on like where all the islands are at. I feel like it's always a very good geography lesson for me because as you guys heard in the bloopers of our basement makeover video when we did this before, geography is definitely not my strong suit. And so it's good for me to see kind of where all the countries are at.
Truth is falling all around. Feet are solid on the ground. Stars shine their light down. Ready, set, no regrets. The time is now. Throw
Okay, this little guy is actually really cool. This kind of replaces my toothpaste hack, which if you know, you know, but I love my toothpaste hack and Kyle has never, ever, ever been a fan of it. But this is finally one of his things that has actually worked out really well. But this real wood piece was one of my favorite things that we've got. We've actually had it for a long time. We've just been kind of waiting to paint and put it up. But I actually went to a Crate and Barrel. Sometimes I like to kind of walk around and window shop and get some inspiration from them. I have never bought anything there other than this one piece. And that's because they were selling it like on clearance or something because they said it wasn't straight. So I don't know why exactly it was such a good deal, but it was, and we jumped on it, and I'm just so excited for this piece. But let me know in the comments, do you ever walk through like really expensive stores like that just to window shop and get ideas? I don't know. I would love to just shop and buy all my stuff there because it all looks so nice, but I can't justify all the crazy prices. So I get inspiration and kind of go from there. Next on our list is moving back over to the curtains. So here we are working with our little leather straps. So these are 2-inch leather straps from Amazon, and we just cut them to size and then we loop them, and Kyle will just drill a screw right through the middle of them. And that way we just measure exactly where we want them to go on the wall, and then we can screw them right in. And then you just slide the pipes that we painted earlier right into the loop that we just made. And I really love this style of curtain rod so much. It's cool because you can customize it to whatever size window you have. You could also use a wooden dowel or something if you wanted like a different look that way. And each curtain rod cost about about $13 to $15. Now pay attention to the coziness and texture and height that these floor to ceiling curtains add to the room. I feel like I'm always amazed at the difference that curtains make. So here I'm just kind of fluffing out the curtains a little bit and making them hang a little bit nicer. And then next we're just starting to take the couch out so that we could easily add in the rug. And I'm kind of surprised we did this, honestly, because I am the kind of person that will make things way harder in order to not add steps in. For example, taking out the couch to add in the rug. Normally, I would just not do that. I would just add the rug in with the couch there, and then I'd have to move the couch a bunch, and it would take a lot longer, but I'd be like, nope, I didn't have to take the couch out. Another example of this is I'll bring in like 30 bags of groceries in one trip. I'll get blisters on my hands. They'll be super sore afterwards, but that way I was able to do it in one trip instead of making just a few trips. Kyla's definitely the other kind of person where he will kind of work smarter, not harder, even if it means he has to add on a few other steps. But let me know in the comments, what kind of person are you? Are you like me where you will do anything to not take on extra steps? Or are you like Kyle where you will add in extra steps to make the process go a little bit smoother?
Never stop me from chasing after the way you love me, keeping me up 2 cups of coffee. Baby, you make me feel so lovely. I keep on running, no, I shouldn't want it. I keep on falling right into your door, I can't get you off my mind. So sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I want is sugar like yes, please. Love is like candy. Sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you.
I still cannot believe that we got this couch for $120 on Facebook Marketplace. I shared all about that in one of our house projects video. We actually have a ton of different things that we've done in our house projects playlist, but that couch really helped us save on our budget and opened us up to be able to do other things in this room that otherwise we wouldn't have done. So if you have a makeover coming up, definitely do not look past Facebook Marketplace.
No, I shouldn't want it. I keep on falling right into your door, I can't get you off my mind. So sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet.
We are making amazing progress. We have most things done, but we just have like a few little finishing touches to do, like decorating the bookshelf a little bit, maybe adding some throw pillows, and I think, oh, and then I have a plant that I wanted to add in here or add back into here. So we are so close. So let's go ahead and wrap this up.
No, I shouldn't want it. I keep on falling right into your door, I can't get you off my mind. So sweet, yeah.
So I just pulled some decor that we already had, so I didn't have to purchase anything, but I'm just gonna kind of see what we can make work.
Need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I want is sugar like yes, please. Love is like candy. Sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I want is sugar like yes, please. Love is like.
So on this bookshelf, I'm just adding in a few functional pieces like our diffuser, and then we have some of the kids' books, and then I also have some decorative items like a vase and some coffee table books, things like that. But it all just kind of works together to give this space a little more interest and also give some personality.
Nothing out there could ever stop me from chasing after the way you love me, keeping me up 2 cups of coffee. Baby, you make me feel so lovely. So sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I want is sugar like chemistry. Yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all up on your
All right, you guys, keep your eyes out for next week's video because we are going to be decorating for Christmas up here in the loft area, in the theater room, and in the boys' bedrooms. And I really love how everything turned out, specifically the loft. It just turned into like this extra cozy, magical, Christmassy area, and you guys are going to love it.
I get a little bit breathless. My thoughts are too big. Can I get some comfort, please?
All right, here is the before and after of this space. This turned into one of my favorite places in the house. It's so inviting and so welcoming, super cozy and intimate. And honestly, when you walk in this room now, it just looks like this is how it always was intended to be. I feel like the before was just such a hodgepodge of, different things, and it wasn't really inviting because there wasn't a clear use of the space. And now it's just like, come in, come sit with me, come hang out and enjoy family time in here. It's just so incredibly welcoming and inviting in here, and I just could not be happier with how everything turned out. Let me know in the comments what your favorite part about this room was. I would love to hear what you loved, and I would also love to hear any things that you would have done differently. Decorating and room transformation is so fun because there's definitely not one right or one wrong way to do it. Like, there's so many different ways to do things and so many different changes you can make. So I always love hearing your guys' feedback and hearing your different ideas. So either way, let me know what you thought.
On the beach with the stars as our lighters, and throw our problems in the flame. Throw our problems in the flame. We fell down.
This room has been a long time coming, so I'm so grateful we were able to share it with you guys today. I hope when you watch this video, you enjoyed just hanging out with us, and I also hope you got some decorating ideas and inspiration for your own home. If you want to see what our house looked like when we first moved in about a year and a half ago, I'm going to link our empty house tour down in the description box. And then also, if you're interested in seeing the other house projects that we've done throughout the house since moving in, I'm going to link our house projects playlist right here, and that has a ton of things that we've done ever since moving into our Arizona home. As always, thank you so much for being here. And if you are not subscribed, I would love for you to join the family and hit that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hello, and welcome back to part 2 in my Christmas clean and decorate with me. So last time we were downstairs decorating in like our main living area and kitchen and all of that. I will link that video up above for you guys if you missed it. But now we are actually upstairs in our brand new loft area. We completely did like a full-on makeover up here. We painted, we added new furniture, or new to us furniture from like Facebook Marketplace, and we also added our wood wall, or whatever this is, our map, our world map wall. Anyway, we just did a ton up here, and you just will not even recognize it from what it is now. So anyway, we are upstairs. We are going to be decorating in like a more whimsical, fun candy cane lane theme. And we are decorating here in the loft area. And then we're also going to be decorating in the theater room back in there, and just making this space like so festive, super fun for the kids. But we do have a lot to get done, so let's not waste any more time chatting. Let's jump into it.
Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season.
We are going to be kicking this off by decorating this little cove. This is like right at the very top of our stairs, and I love it because you can see it from the front door. It has this little cove light in the top, and I found that this cove has become one of my favorite places to decorate over the years. So we do have this art piece that we have in here all the time, but I'm also just adding in these 3 trees. I got these from Walmart last year, and I believe they were $50 or less for the set of 3, and they also come with these little bases on the bottom. And then I'm also adding in a big jingle bell with a P for our last name, and that one I got last year from Kirkland's, I believe. Now, I really didn't get much, if any, new things that I'm using upstairs, but I'm sure a few of the things are still available in stores, so I will have everything I can linked down below. And if you're curious about where I got something or if it's something new, go ahead and leave a comment, ask a question, and I will be sure to get back to you.
I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased.
All right, moving right along, we are headed into our loft area. Now, last week's video was actually this whole room's transformation. We painted in here, we added some new furniture, or a lot of like thrifted furniture finds, but the space looks so incredibly different than it looked several months ago. So if you want to see how we did it all, I will go ahead and link that video down below for you guys. But in here, I'm just starting to kind of do a light clean because this was like pretty much newly put together. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff to get cleaned in here, but I did want to make sure that I was starting off with a clean slate before starting to add in all of the fun Christmas decor.
Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh. La, 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 oh, oh. La, 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 oh, oh. La, 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 la. Making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree.
Now, opening up our Christmas bin, I'm just starting to pull out all the decor so that I can see everything that we have and kind of get an idea of how I'm going to style it in this space. Now, in our case, because we did just restyle this room into like a living room area, it's going to be very easy for me to keep things nice and fresh upstairs, even without adding any new decor or anything. But one thing that I shared in my part 1 Christmas Clean and Decorate with me was on how to use the same decor year after year and still keep things feeling nice and fresh. Now, in that video, we actually decorated downstairs, and I did more of a winter wonderland theme down there. But my tip is actually to not try to mimic the way you decorated last year. I know a lot of people will take pictures and make sure that they get things the same way that they did the year before, just so that they know it'll turn out really nice. But I feel like if you do that, it ends up feeling just very repetitive each year, which if you love that, then totally go for it. But if you're trying to kind of change things up and make things feel a little bit more unique each year without breaking the bank and having to buy a ton of new decor, just try placing things in areas that you haven't before, kind of switch things up that way, and you'll be amazed at how different your Christmas decor can feel year after year without adding any new pieces. This is so special, but it has Kaysville, Utah, where we used to live, so it's like always a bit bittersweet seeing this, but I love this one. It came from my friend's shop on Etsy. I'll link it below.
Yeah, these are the good times with you. Don't even care what we do if I spend it with you. Just you and nobody else. It's so good to see you again, to see you again. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hanging by the fire chair.
So before we get too far into the video, I did want to mention the giveaway that we have going on in my Christmas Clean and Decorate videos. So in this giveaway, we will be picking 2 winners to win $50 cash or a $50 gift card to the store of your choice. And this is international, so no matter where you live, you can be entered to win. And all you have to do to enter is subscribe to my channel and then go ahead and leave a comment on today's video as well as my Christmas Clean and Decorate part 1. And I will have links and all the information for this giveaway down below. So be sure to check that out and get yourself entered, and good luck.
Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up
This little guy is my favorite childhood Christmas decor piece. This is not the same one that my mom has. She still has hers, but I found this on eBay like a couple years ago and I love it. This was one of the things, like as soon as my mom pulled it out of the Christmas tote, I was like, okay, Christmas is here, and it just brings me so much joy. I think my kids have played with it a little bit too much, so like it's getting a little bit used and I have to hot glue it, and the reindeer no longer like move, but it still plays the song. And it still has the little package of presents, but the reindeer used to like go up and down, but that mechanism is broken, I guess, now. But I still just love this little guy.
Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, a Merry Christmas Day. We're tracing snowflakes as they're falling down, and follow Rudolph all across the town. Later we meet under the mistletoe, while Santa's busy saying ho ho ho. We're feeling
Let me know in the comments how many Christmas trees you have in your home. Do you just go very traditional and have just one Christmas tree? Or do you do a little bit extra and have a few around the house? Forever, we were always just a one Christmas tree home, but I feel like Christmas trees have become way more affordable over the years, and especially now that we actually don't do live Christmas trees, it just seems very easy to get like a faux Christmas tree and pick up a few smaller ones, especially after the season where things go on clearance and everything, and you can just kind of place those around your home. Now, they don't need to be full-size Christmas trees or anything, but just having small Christmas trees around the house and bedrooms even, it just makes it feel that much more magical to me.
a Merry Christmas Day.
How cute are these little snowmen? So Kyle's sister and mom made these for us a few years ago. Like they lathed them out of like solid wood and then added like the little noses and everything. And they made one for each of our families. So there's like Kyle, me, Luke, Liam, and Noah. And I thought this would be the perfect place to display them.
As we walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Yeah. A Merry Christmas Day. Dancing around the Christmas tree.
Alright, we have the loft all decorated. I love how it turned out. It's like more minimal up here, but I just think it's so fun with like all the red and white. But we do still have some more decor to put up. We're gonna jump into the theater room and get it put up in there. However, first I do need to clear out some of these trees because these ones are actually, these three right here are actually the boys' bedroom trees. We got them trees for the first time this last year and that was really fun, but I need to kind of clear them out of this room. And then also Kyle was feeling under the weather yesterday, so he actually spent a good majority of the day in here. So I want to go ahead and kind of tidy this up, maybe wash the blankets that he used, and then we can go ahead and actually start decorating in here. I don't know what it is about the theater room, but somehow it is just like the coziest room in our house. And so I was really excited to decorate in here. If you remember last year's Christmas Clean and Decorate, also part 2 where we decorated upstairs, I had all these great plans for our theater room. I was so excited to decorate in here, and then we got in here and I was like, wow, there's really no space to really decorate. We couldn't really decorate on our TV stand just because we have the projector coming down and that would be in the way. And at the time we had the poof taking up a corner in here, and then we also didn't have these wall shelves behind the couch, and so there really just wasn't a good opportunity to decorate in here. And I came in this room and I was just like, oh, okay, I guess we're not really doing much in here. And so now this year that we have this room more completed, it's just really exciting to be able to actually decorate the shelves and everything and make this space feel really nice and festive and cozy. But before we get into decorating, I just wanted to obviously clear off the couch and fold up those blankets and then wash the ones that Kyle had used. And then to go a step further, I also wanted to disinfect our couch a little bit. And so I'm just using some Febreze antimicrobial spray to do that. And then once I got everything all cleaned, I'm just taking all of the decor off the shelves so we can wipe those down and start with a clear space. Who else puts up picture frames and never gets around to putting pictures in them? This is like so consistent for me.
First flake of snow is set to fall today. It comes to say that Christmas is on its merry way. And for every single child, there's a gift on Santa's sleigh. The first flake of snow is said to fall today. The first snow this winter is promised for this day. It brings a hope of peace, both near and far away. It says we can live together and that we can find a way. The first snow this Christmas is promised for this day.
I feel like one of the biggest struggles for me, especially when it comes to seasonal decor, is not going overboard. Like, I want it to be very welcoming and very cozy, but you can so easily do too much. And so you kind of have to sit back and realize what is actually adding to the space and what is just making it feel really crowded and cluttered. And sometimes as I watch these back, I'm like, I maybe should have actually pulled a tree out or two, or just made things a little bit more simple. But you can definitely change things up throughout the holiday season. I don't know if you guys are like that, but a lot of times you might notice things change over the season, and that's just because I'm realizing I kind of went a little too far, or I could have made that feel a little bit more simple. But honestly, decorating is just all about trial and error and just finding what feels right to you.
It's a sight of wonder, a magic time of love, and the joy found in each other.
Okay, so up here I want to do something kind of fun. These are actually something that my brother and sister-in-law and like some of the boys' cousins made them, and it's just like this little wooden nativity set, but they actually like colored them and painted them and everything. So they're super special, but they're also something that I want, our kids to be a little bit more hands-on with. How fun are these? So I'm gonna just go ahead and just kind of set these out up front so the boys have, especially Noah, I think it'll be age where he'll kind of play with them and look at them a little bit extra if they're down within hand's reach. Alright, I changed my mind on this once I got it all set up. So I'm still going to keep it out. I want it to be low for the kids to like play with, but we have our projector always coming up and down, and I just don't want it to bump these and be knocking them over all the time. So I'm actually going to go put it on in the loft, and I think I'll do something else a little bit differently here.
Merry Christmas, baby.
There was so much white fluff from this tree whenever I was fluffing it out. You can literally see it floating around in the air, but I really love the look of this tree. I'm typically not a huge fan of the flocked trees just because of the mess that they make, but this one is pretty small and I think it looks so pretty. And then here I am once again just using a regular old throw blanket to create like a little mini tree skirt. It just works so well, and I love that you don't have to buy or even store anything special for it. Just use any kind of throw blanket that you already have and you have an instant tree skirt.
Give them a smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing.
Finally, now that we have the shelves all decorated and I have that little mini tree brought in, I am just adding the last few touches into here, including a throw blanket and some pillows. And then this little pillow, I can't remember where I got it last year. I think it was maybe Kirkland's or maybe even Home Goods. I'm not sure, but I love this pillow so much. It just makes me super happy every time I see it. It definitely pulls the little child in me.
Merry Christmas, baby.
This mirror in our theater room is just always in need of a good cleaning. As you can see, there are fingerprints everywhere. So we have a mini fridge in here, and it's super fun and nice to have in the theater room because this is like our lounge hangout space. But because there are no doors on the mirror, it just really gets so dirty, as you can see. Now Kyle's kind of had some ideas of maybe trying to find the same type of hardware that's on the rest of this little built-in area and putting some actual handles on the mirror. And I don't know if that would actually work because I don't really know that you can drill into mirrors without cracking them. But if you have any good ideas for this, leave your ideas in the comments below. We could definitely use them.
There's room at the table for big and for small. The fire is popping, the chestnuts are cracking, yeah.
Christmas lights, see them shine in the eyes of a child. Let them shine. I used to be one of them, Christmas tree in the sand. Let them shine as I've
So this little blanket wall was an idea I had months and months ago, and then a few months back we ended up making it come to life, and we have just loved it so much. It's really nice to be able to hang up all the blankets. You can see all the ones you have and you can pick your favorite and just snuggle up on the couch. And I also really love that it just made use of a space that otherwise was really completely useless.
If you feel it, then sing with me. I wish you Merry Christmas, may all your dreams come true. And I hear choir singing, bells ringing by the Christmas tree. And I wonder if you could make my dreams come true and spend it here with me. Angels fly, night sky, magic lights in our heart, light a spark. Let's bake Christmas cake and ice skate on a frozen lake. Favorite day, me free, just me, like a big family in this time. Erase the line.
All right, we are all done decorating in the theater room, and I thought I was done decorating in here, but I forgot a few things. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a couple things in like the loft general area. And then I think I have to grab my phone because I wrote notes of like kind of what I wanted to get done up here, but I think that's gonna mostly do it, and then we'll move on to the boys' room. And then I also want to add just a little bit of stuff in that Cove area. I think just some garland to kind of like spice up the left side a little bit, like where that big jingle bell is. So yep, I think that's gonna be good. So let's go ahead and add the few things that I wanted to in the loft, and then we'll move into the boys' rooms. So I definitely decorate for myself in a lot of areas, but I also want to decorate with my husband and our kids in mind, and especially around Christmas and the holidays. I feel like the kids and everybody, it's just like what makes the holiday season feel so special. And so even though I can find the most gorgeous, beautiful decor pieces, I really still love adding in the special, whimsical kitty pieces that our boys are going to be really excited about. And the advent calendar is definitely one of those pieces.
The tree, because Christmas is coming, my dear. It's the only time of year the reindeer fly.
Which one's, who am I?
Which one do you guys think you are?
I think I'm this one.
one's Dad.
Yep, that's
I
Dad.
think I'm this one, then Liam's this one, Luke's this one, then you this one, then Dad's this one.
Is that what you think too, Liam? And look what's in the hallway.
I know, it's on Christmas trees. Do mine first.
Okay, but we need clean rooms to put them in.
No,
So,
you don't.
yes, we do.
Okay, I'll clean. Oh.
And Luke is staying late at school today, so he will be getting back in maybe like 30 minutes or so. So I'm gonna go ahead and put up one last sign in here, then we'll go clean the boys' bedrooms and put up their Christmas trees.
You better hang up that mistletoe. I'm on my
You guys know, if you watch my videos, command strips are like my go-to way of hanging up decor, but especially when you have seasonal decor that isn't going to be hanging around on your walls for very long. I feel like this is the best way to do it because then you're not adding holes to your wall for just a temporary piece. Now they can get a little bit expensive, but my biggest tip for this is to buy the big packs at Costco. I don't know how many pairs they come with. I would honestly guess like 30, and they are only $10 for a huge pack. So go to your Costco and see if you can pick some up that way. Anytime I see those, I always stock up.
We won't be going outside, no way. Stay cozy by the fireplace. Pretty papers and bowls, silver and gold.
Let me know if you saw the boys' bedroom makeovers. Those videos were a long time coming. I started to feel like very overwhelmed with the boys' spaces just because especially Noah like kept changing his mind on what he wanted. But about a month ago or so, we decided to go ahead and get their rooms made over, and we love how each of them turned out. They're all very different from each other, and they're like totally representative of each of the boys' personalities. And we also added a lot of function into the rooms. So if you haven't seen those bedroom makeovers or you're new to the channel, be sure to check those out. And if you really enjoy home and room makeovers, we have done so many on the channel. I'm not even sure like a tally on them, but there's a ton. So we have an entire playlist for that if you're interested in checking that out as well.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings.
I never had a Christmas tree in my bedroom growing up, and I honestly don't feel like a lot of people did, but I feel like it's definitely a more common thing now, like I was saying earlier, just because they are becoming a lot more affordable over the years, and especially when you're able to get them on clearance, and then of course finding like the smaller trees and stuff. But it's just so fun, and the kids get super, super excited to be able to have a tree in their room, and they light it up at night, and it's just like a really fun little way to keep the magic going even more. So over here in the Cove, we are just adding this big piece of garland. I actually got this garland last year, and we had it on like our big shelves in our living room, but this year I ended up not using it downstairs. But to make it kind of go more with the flow of upstairs, I just got these little sprigs with red berries from Walmart. They are just 99 cents or 97 cents or something, and it's amazing how it made this garland just feel a little extra special, and it also kind of tied it in with the red and white decor theme a little bit better, just for a couple dollars with those little sprigs.
Good tidings we bring to you and your king. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Santa, I've been good this year. Make your list and check it twice. I'll leave you a note right here underneath the Christmas lights. Carols and bells, none of them help. I still feel blue. I just wanna fall in love this Christmas.
Last but not least, I wanted to vacuum all of the floors and get them looking nice and clean, especially since some of the pieces had like that flocked snow, and I was just noticing that all over the floors. So I wanted to get all of that cleaned up, and then in just a minute, I'll show you how everything turned out.
You can't put it on your sled. You know me so well that nobody else can do what you do. I just wanna fall in love this Christmas. I just wanna fall in love. Save the wrapping paper, your ribbon and bow. I don't need that extra stuff. Oh, I just wanna fall in love. Santa, I've been good this year. Make your list list and check it twice. I'll leave you a note right here underneath the Christmas lights. You know me so well, and nobody else can do what you do. I just wanna fall in love this Christmas.
I love how everything turned out this year. Upstairs is just so cozy and inviting, and I feel like it's just super magical, especially with all the reds and like the more whimsical decor for the kids. But if you saw my Christmas Clean and Decorate part 1, where we did a totally different theme and style downstairs, let me know in the comments which of these spaces ended up being your favorite. Do you like the more traditional colors, like with the red up here, a little bit more whimsical? Or do you like more neutral, earthy decor, like a lot of trees and, you know, all the things that we did downstairs? I think for me, I definitely prefer how we decorated downstairs. However, for the kids, I think you just cannot beat this really whimsical, playful decor, like our little candy cane lane theme that we If you enjoyed today's video, I would love if you gave it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button before you go if you are not already part of the family. And stay tuned for next week's video because I'm actually planning on sharing the Airbnb makeover that I've been working on up in Montana for my mom. She had this little apartment up there that is so awkward. It's pretty small and it's just like has a lot of drawbacks, I guess. But we ended up playing into all of those challenging spaces and just making it a space that honestly I love. I would love to go up there and stay in the Airbnb up there once she gets it all listed and everything, just because it turned into a space that's super, super inviting, super functional. And I love that we were able to take those negatives in the space and actually turn them into positives. So be sure to have those notification bells on so that you don't miss out on that video, along with all the other videos that we have planned for the rest of the year. As always, thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. Do not forget to get entered into that giveaway, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the time of year where we have guests over, our kids are home from school, we're enjoying lots of good holiday food and spending a lot of time in the kitchen. So the way that I'm going to ensure that I can enjoy this week and this time of year is by prepping my fridge, prepping some food. We are going to be doing a lot of things today. I'm going to be sharing some cleaning motivation as well as some homemaking inspiration. And I'm also going to be sharing lots of yummy new recipes. So we have a lot to get done. Let's jump into it.
I wanna hear you say that you only want me.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, I feel like I have been falling so far behind this holiday season, and I feel like I've been trying to do a lot of things that will help me stay on task and stay on track with everything, but it's just not been working. Plus, it doesn't really help that we've been in and out of town and just had a lot of personal things going on anyway. But one thing that I don't want to happen is for the holiday season to slip by. As you guys all know, it goes by so quickly, and if we're not really intentional with everything, we will blink and it will be January and the holidays will be past us. Now, I'm really excited for the new year and all that stuff, but I just don't want to miss out on all of those special moments. So I want to really focus on things like we're doing today, just whenever I have the time to go ahead and make some shortcuts, do some things that my future self will thank me for later. So that is exactly what we're doing today. We are going to be prepping some produce. We are going to be making lots of recipes that I can store in the fridge and just grab to make the weeknights a lot easier, and even throughout the day just make things go a lot more productively because we're not having to spend a lot of time in the kitchen all throughout the week. I'm just gonna kind of get it all done at once. And this is just one little step, but this will make a big difference in how much time I have to actually dedicate to making holiday memories with the kids and just doing things that we actually enjoy.
So I could find strength to divide us. Give it all we got, and I know we did the best we could. If I could go back, undo the mess, I would memorize your face before I go. But this is how we grow. Gotta give it up, sometimes it's gold. And knowing when to kill your pride. There's no one to blame, nothing really stays the same. This is how we grow. Sometimes we hold on to let go. Sometimes we hold on to let go. Sometimes we hold on to let go.
I know I've mentioned this so many times, but every time I will show our black silverware on my videos, you guys always ask, one, where we got it from, and two, how we like them and how they've held up over the years. So we have had them since we lived in our Utah home. So I think about 2 or maybe coming on 3 years, we've had our black silverware and we have loved it. It's held up really well. And I have them linked down in my Amazon favorites. That is always linked down below. So if you're ever seeing anything in our home, a lot of times it might be from Amazon and I'll have that link there. And if it's not linked there, then there's a good chance that it's over on my Like to Know page. But as always, if you see something in our home that you love, that you want to check out, let me know in the comments, and I'm more than happy to let you know where we got it from and share a link if we have one.
Sometimes we hold on to let go. Sometimes we hold on to let go.
I don't know how many times I've told you guys, oh, okay, we're about to do our kitchen. We're going to be renovating our kitchen in the next month or two or the next few months. And that's always the intention. But Kyle and I have talked so many times and we're really planning on doing it. And then of course, life happens. Something else comes up that kind of takes that time and that budget. So right now our plan is to do our kitchen in the early springtime. However, something else is kind of coming up. We're not exactly sure which way we're going to go, if we're going to tackle our kitchen next or if we're going to work on this other project. But I do feel like if the kitchen gets bumped again, then I'm going to go ahead and just start DIYing some things in here. We are not going to DIY our counters or anything, but pretty much everything else I think we can kind of do ourselves. And that would definitely lower the budget and just make it a lot more attainable for us. And one of the very first things that I would want to do is get rid of the sink. I don't know about you guys, but I just love the single basin sinks. That is definitely the way to go for me. I just feel like they're so much more functional, especially because we do have a dishwasher that washes our dishes every day. And so usually the things that I'm washing in here are larger, bulkier items like pots and pans, big mixing bowls. We've had the single basin sinks in our last few houses and we have loved them. So even if the kitchen gets bumped once again, which would not shock me because, you know, life, I'm definitely going to be working towards getting a single basin sink and then just starting to DIY my way through the kitchen, but who knows? We'll see what happens. So this little cloth right here is a Swedish dishcloth or Swedish dish towel. I actually had some a few years ago and then somehow I kind of forgot about them, but I saw them on Amazon recently and I ended up ordering a set and I've been loving them. They've really been cutting down on our paper towel usage, which is awesome. And it's great because you can actually like wipe the counters with them. You can of course use them to absorb a bunch of water or whatever messes you have going on. And then I just like to pop them in my dishwasher to wash them and sanitize them and then just continue reusing them day after day. This seems like a good time to pause because we have everything all nice and tidied up. I'm gonna let the dishes dry for a minute, but my Walmart grocery delivery just arrived. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that from the front door and then I'll share a quick little grocery haul and we'll get to cooking.
You could be my only one, 'cause you are the one that's treating me right. You could be my only one that's treating me right, 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 that's treating me right.
So this is not like a full-on grocery haul. We have a lot of stuff in our fridge, but I mostly needed a little bit of produce and then a few things like for pantry items, but in no particular order. I got some strawberries for snacking, watermelons. I got some fresh cranberries. This is going to be for my cranberry chicken that I'll make today. I've got some red potatoes and these are just gonna be for roasting for dinner tonight. Then I also got some Brussels sprouts. This is for a super yummy recipe I'll share today. Pickling cucumbers. I just started getting pickling ones because they are like the best deal and I just eat those with hot sauce. And then I picked up some fresh garlic that's already peeled. This stuff is awesome. I also got bananas for snacking on. These salad kits have become like one of my favorite things lately. This one is my favorite right now. I love the dressing and just all the flavors and the cranberries. And then I got some for Kyle. This is like an everything chopped salad kit and a bacon ranch crunch. So we'll have these for lunches sometimes. Then I also got some eggs, the chickens for today. I got some pineapple for prep and putting that in the fridge for snacking. Then I also got some white wine vinegar. That's going to be for a recipe today. I got some light brown sugar because we're all out. Some fresh rosemary. That's going to go with the chicken. Some almond extract for some cookies I'm making today. And then some salsa. I love adding this in our taco meat. It just makes it taste so much better. And then also I got some grits. We were just all out. Then these are like a soda that I drink. They have prebiotics in them. So if I'm wanting a soda or something sweet, I can grab one of these. Then I also got just some dark chocolate. This is just going to be for drizzle on the cookies. And the kids were asking for these. So I got some sandwich cookies. These scissors are the Drew Barrymore ones. I got this. It's like an electric kettle. It's super, super pretty. It heats up water so fast. And I just honestly love the whole line of her stuff. Like I kind of wish we didn't have a toaster so I could get a toaster from her. But anyway, we were in need of some scissors. So I picked these up. And then these are probably going to be for Christmas for the boys. They were just some harmonicas. I think they were like $3 each, and I thought they will think that's so fun. So I picked up a few of those, and then that is everything that I got from Walmart. I know I talk about Walmart delivery all the time. We've been doing this for months and months and months, and it just saves me so much more time. I'm like way more intentional with my grocery shopping because I'm not being tempted when I'm like going through the aisles. I think I have a link that will give you like $20 off or $10 off your first order. This is not sponsored or anything, but I will have that in the description box. Seriously, you guys, it's incredible. It shows up right to your door. And like I ordered this late last night at like midnight. It's been like a game changer for me. But I'm gonna go ahead and get some of these things put away, and then we will tackle the dreaded fridge that is full of lots of things right now actually, but it's just been a really busy week with the holidays and everything, so I'm gonna get that cleared out.
Shame on me thinking it was just a phase. Like ooh, got me like ooh. And if I'm recognizing your mistakes, like ooh, feels like ooh. Now I brought my worst behavior, throwing a party in my head. Yeah, prayers from my savior.
let me know in the comments, how often do you grocery shop? A few years ago, I had like the best routine going, and I grocery shopped every single Monday, week after week. And it was just so nice to have that routine. But as you guys know, a lot of my routines have kind of been up in the air, kind of getting moved around, switched up. And so at this point, I don't really have like a grocery shopping routine other than I always use Walmart delivery. But I do usually order our groceries every 1 to 1.5 weeks. And whenever we order groceries, I like to prep out as much as I can, whether it's making full-on recipes or whether it's just prepping out some produce. I like to have some things that are just grab and go and convenient in the fridge.
What you think?
Here, I'm just starting to pull everything out. I'm literally going to pull every single thing out of the fridge. Now, I've shared in the past how I don't feel like you have to do this every week or anything. I definitely couldn't even tell you guys that because I for sure don't do this every week. But sometimes you can go through your fridge just like one shelf at a time, and it's a lot more attainable. But every so often, I do like to just pull everything out like this and get in all of those little nooks and crannies and give it a really nice deep clean. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. And as I'm pulling everything out, I am just kind of sorting it into piles when I set it down, which I will talk about in just a minute. But once I get everything emptied out, I'm just taking my e-cloths and wiping everything down. And as you can tell, this fridge definitely needed some love.
When the tide is high and the water's rising, and you don't know why you can't keep the light in every skyfall is a silver lining, and when the smoke clears, appears a revival. We've all got things to outrun.
Once I got all of the shelves wiped down, I just started taking out all of the drawers and little bins that we have in our fridge, just because those tend to get really dirty and they get cleaned up a lot easier when you actually take them out and wash them in the sink. But the shelves were not terribly dirty, and so I was able to just easily wipe those down in the fridge.
I've got a lot to lose. Only one thing gets me through. Oh, when my kingdoms fall, I'll run right back to you.
All right, we are going to start placing things back in the fridge and getting that organized. But I'm gonna go ahead and go through everything and see like what's expired, what's not good anymore, and then everything else we'll put back in the fridge. So over here, I have my produce that I'm going to be prepping today and putting back in the fridge. Here is just these drawers. This is just the easiest way to take them out. Here I have like mostly condiments and like pickles and all that kind of stuff. I still have my salad kits. So I kind of have like everything right here. And then up here is like all of our leftovers. I'll go through all of this. Anything that's gone bad, we'll go ahead and put that in the dishwasher. And then everything else will start sticking in the fridge. And then over there on that side, that is all what I'm going to be using like for recipes today. So I won't bother like putting this away or anything. Several months ago, we got this fridge. It's used, but we found it on Facebook Marketplace, and I've really loved the fridge, but I feel like I need to reorganize it because I don't think that it's working as good as it could be working for us. So I'm gonna be like kind of reorganizing the shelves and just making sure that we are really utilizing the space very well. So it'll be a little Tetrisy for a while, but it'll be good.
Could be fake, just a blink of a moment, and it's gone. The smallest piece that we need when we're broken, all lost.
I hate finding expired food that we didn't get to in the fridge. And I feel like a lot of times I just don't even want to face it because I don't want to feel bad that we didn't use food or that it went to waste without us noticing. But that mentality definitely makes the situation worse because it makes your fridge feel a lot more crowded and less functional because there's just way too much stuff in there and you're not going to get around to using all of it. So do as I say, not as I've done. And I would urge you to do what I am doing today and not push past that problem and just pull it all out, make it functional, wipe it down instead of just avoiding the problem. It's going to make life so much easier when you take everything out and just make sure that everything in there is actually serving you. I feel like this happens a lot where we just have these areas where we don't really want to deal with them, but it never fails that it makes the situation way worse when we avoid them. So tackle your fridge, tackle your closet, whatever area you're avoiding, go ahead and get it done, and you will be so happy that you did. First recipe that we are going to do is cranberry chicken. This is actually one that I found online, so I will have the recipe card, but I'll also have like the website that I found it on. We're also gonna make salmon tonight for our dinner, but Kyle is not a huge fish fan. In fact, he really doesn't like it at all. So I'm gonna make salmon for the rest of the family, and I'll just pull out one of the chickens that we're making right now for him to have for dinner. But the rest of this is just going to actually go into the fridge for kind of like food prep throughout the week. But let's go ahead and make this chicken. So for this recipe, you're gonna need 2 cups of fresh cranberries, a 1/3 cup of brown sugar, 2 to 3 tablespoons of white wine vinegar, some chicken breast, then 6 to 8 cloves of garlic. You guys know I measure garlic with my heart, so I just plop a bunch in there. You can never have too much garlic. And then salt and pepper, 1.5 tablespoons of chopped fresh rosemary, or you can use dried rosemary. You just use 1.5 teaspoons of dried rosemary because you never want to use as much. 1 teaspoon of sweet paprika, 1/3 cup of olive oil, the juice of 1 lemon, 1 large onion, 3 celery stalks, 1/2 cup of chicken broth or water, and then you can also garnish with fresh rosemary. Okay, so to start, we are going to combine cranberries, brown sugar, and white wine vinegar, and then set that aside. If you have extra cranberries on hand that you're not going to use, you can actually just pop them in the freezer and then add them into your water, and they're like perfect little ice cubes, and they just give like a little bit of taste to your water. So that's probably what I'm going to do with the rest of these. So we're gonna set this aside, and then I'm just gonna start prepping all the produce. I'm gonna chop everything up, and then we'll start like kind of assembling things. Once you have your chicken laid out, go ahead and rub that minced garlic on the top. And like you guys know, I do not really measure garlic. I think that's one thing that you can't really have too much of. And so I just put a ton on there. And then of course you want to salt and pepper your chicken. And then next, in a small little bowl, you're going to add in all of your rosemary and your paprika. And you can use dried rosemary, or you can use fresh rosemary like I'm doing here. I would just suggest that if you're using fresh rosemary, to go ahead and cut it up so that you're not getting like those big bites of rosemary. Alright, next in a large bowl we are going to add olive oil, lemon juice, and the white wine vinegar, and then we're going to put all of the onion and celery and also the lemon halves into the bowl and give that a good mix. And then we're going to brown it on the stove for just a minute, and then we will go ahead and pop it in the oven, which I have preheating to 425 degrees.
Queens and kings and everything. On you. Queens and kings and everything.
I did want to mention, if you don't like cranberries, still do not shy away from this recipe. Kyle honestly does not like cranberries at all. He is not a fan and he loves this chicken. So if you don't eat the cranberries with the chicken and you just taste all of the flavors, you really don't even notice it. It's really not an overpowering taste at all. Definitely try it out no matter if you like cranberries or not.
Somebody turn my love.
Okay, now that we have all the chicken all prepped, we are going to let this sit for about 15 minutes, let it marinate, let it get all those flavors going. And while it is marinating, I'm actually gonna chop up whatever veggies I have, and we're gonna roast a ton of veggies, and then we can eat on those throughout the week. They are so yummy. I'm gonna add some peppers. I have some sweet potatoes, some asparagus. I don't think I have broccoli right now, but I'm just gonna go through and get whatever can be yummy and roast it up in the oven.
I'm the queen and you've got the crown. You've been turning me inside out. You keep me sane, I'm not breaking down when I'm with you. Oh.
So right here, you'll notice I'm tossing some things into this little bowl. This can be used as either a garbage bowl to put all of your garbage in as you're cooking, or it can be used as like a veggie scraps bowl. That's typically what I love to do. I will take all of my veggie scraps from cooking, and a lot of times I'll put it in this little bowl and then I'll transfer it into a freezer bag, pop it in your freezer, and just continue adding to it over time. And eventually you will have enough to make homemade veggie stock. You can even make this in the slow cooker. It's so super easy, and it's also helping not waste all of those extra little veggie scraps that normally would just be going to the trash.
Wanna shake the ground.
Okay, a lot of times when I'm making these veggie bakes, sometimes I'll do just the vegetables. I'll just do a little oil and then some seasonings. But my favorite way is to add some kind of like sausage or bacon or something like that in it. And it just, the oils from the meat, season it all. It just tastes so, so good. It's so extra. So today I do have some uncured turkey bacon, so we're just gonna chop this up, put it right in there raw, and it will cook up in the oven. I do prefer to use like turkey bacon, but you can omit that, or you can really use whatever. I've used sausage, just whatever you have, and it's incredible. Here I'm adding just a little bit of oil since the turkey bacon is pretty lean. Then of course I'm adding in some minced garlic along with some hand crushed rosemary and salt and pepper. You can use whatever seasonings you love that you think would go well with your veggies. This is just kind of like my basic mix that I don't think you can really go wrong with. And then you'll see I'm going to give this a nice good mix, pop it onto my baking sheet, add all of the turkey bacon on top, and then add any additional seasoning that you want to the top. We are going to pop this in a 425 degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, or until everything is work tender. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes, so that chicken has been marinating for long enough. We are just going to take a pan, go ahead and kind of brown them a little bit, and then we're going to pop them in the oven with all of the yumminess that we've added in. Once you've browned your chicken, you're just going to want to deglaze your pan with a little bit of water or chicken stock. That will get all of those tasty brown bits out of the bottom of your pan and into your chicken dish. Then you're going to add your chicken along with all of the rest of the veggies, along with your marinated cranberries right on top of your chicken into a 9x13 casserole dish. Okay, while everything is cooking in the oven, we are gonna make some yummy cookies. They're called almond snowball cookies. They're no bake. They also have like pretty minimal ingredients and they are so yummy. So we're gonna grab all the ingredients we need and start making those. There's a beautiful brand from your brand.
They are beautiful.
They're like so great. So literally you're just going to add every single ingredient into the bowl and just give that a good mix until it's all well combined. So once you get everything all mixed up, you might have to add just like a tablespoon or two of water, just enough so that you can like clump it together and it'll stay.
Call me a rover, 'cause I'm a believer of the things we leave. I never hold on, ready for whatever there is left in me. Crash and burn, oh my God.
Okay, next we are going to grab that dark chocolate that I have. I'm gonna melt a little bit. You could use like chocolate chips or melting wafers or whatever, but I just grabbed some dark chocolate and I'm gonna melt this in the microwave and then I'm just gonna drizzle them right over top of these little cookies and then I'm actually gonna set them in the fridge just to let them set up a little bit. And then once they're set up, I'll put them in a container and the cookies will be done.
Time won't stop, so gonna get on the ride, twisting and turning through life.
There are definitely other ways to melt your chocolate, but a microwave works just fine. I'm just popping this in for 30-second increments and then stirring occasionally.
Goes with me where I roam. It's in every dream I make my own. I'm never alone. I know that every day will always bring me something new.
All right, I'm over in the kitchen cooking and I look over and see this. Emma, are you waiting so patiently for food? You ready?
Every day will bring me something new.
Emma, do you want some? Okay.
Every day will bring me something new. The past, most of the time, brings me down, and my future won't exist without living now. So I spread all my footprints around, yeah. I know that every day will always bring me something new. Every day will bring me something new.
Alright, now that the food prep is done, I want to prep out some fruit and veggies to snack on throughout the week. These are also really nice to have prepared for school lunches for the boys, but no matter whether we're having them for snacks, for lunches, even just adding on to dinner or whatever, it's so nice to have them all prepped out. And a super side note with pineapple, if you have a high-speed blender, you can actually core the pineapple and then take the pineapple cores and add them to your smoothies, and they will blend up beautifully. And it's just another way to help stretch your produce and not waste as much.
How could they say you made me come undone? Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. How could they say I was broken? How could they say you made me come undone? Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. Try to be cool, even wear that shirt you wanted to. My friends think I'm lame. Since I met you, I am not the same. It was not meant to be a fairy tale with a happy end. Girl, you take care now. I hope we can be friends. How could they say I was broken? How could they say you made me come undone? Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. How could they say I was broken? How could they say you made me come undone? Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my
Alright, I started on the prep. I still have more to do. Veggies are all taken out of the oven and they're finished roasting. The chicken is out. Oh my gosh, you guys. So delicious. You're gonna love this one. Before I continue on with all of the rest of the produce, we need to go pick up the boys and then I'll come back and we can get back to it.
I got this weight on my shoulders, slowing me down. I don't know how it came about. And while the world is spinning faster every night, I feel I'm stuck in reverse somehow. But it ain't no one's fault that I am stuck here.
Gotta catch up.
Gazing at the blue of the night, stars are filling up the sky. You take my hand in yours, we'll make our own constellations.
It is so tempting to grab a ton of convenience foods like chips and crackers and whatever. And I'm definitely not saying that our house doesn't have those because we absolutely do. However, I really try to make healthy food options into convenient food options by doing things like this. I don't just prep out a bunch of meals. Instead, I also like to prep out snack foods. So I like to have some fruit in the fridge. I like to have veggies prepped out in the fridge. And then there really is just no excuse to not grab something healthy when you're hungry throughout the day. I'm all done prepping everything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put these into Tupperware containers. And then we do have like about an hour before I'll start cooking dinner. Once I get these put away, I will meet you guys back here for some dinner.
Walking down the crowd
got a little behind on times, but this won't take long. So I'm just gonna preheat the oven to 400 degrees. The salmon is super simple. It's like olive oil, garlic, oregano, lemon slices. So for this salmon, you're going to leave the skin on, put the skin side down over some parchment paper, and then just go ahead and drizzle on some olive oil. And I like to sprinkle salt and pepper on this along with some dried oregano. I love that Noah loves to come in the kitchen and help me. He is always our little cook. Honestly, all the boys will come in and help a lot, but Noah, I feel, is like our little cook. He is the one that will pretty much never ever say no to coming in the kitchen with me. But anyway, once you have everything all seasoned, you're just going to slice up a lemon and then lay the lemon slices on top. And I did forget this at first, but in a minute you'll see me add some minced garlic on top, and that is just going to give it another level of flavor. Okay, the bacon Brussels sprouts that we're gonna have as a side dish tonight is one of the easiest side dishes ever. So all you're going to need is Brussels sprouts, maybe like half a pack of bacon if you want to be like very liberal with bacon, but you could also just do like maybe 2 or 3 slices. And then I'm gonna add in some garlic just to get a little extra flavor out of that.
It's December 2nd.
You're going to start by cutting off the bottom piece because this is going to be a little bitter. And you want to do that to every single one. And if it's a larger Brussels sprout, I like to cut it in half just so it's a little bit easier to eat.
Snow begins to fall. Babe, I'm getting ready. We're gonna have a ball. So, babe, let's hang out.
So this is just regular bacon. All I'm going to do is just slice it up.
It's that time of year again. Christmas is here. It's time for
So like I said, you do not have to do this much bacon. Usually I only buy bacon if I have like a recipe for it or if I'm going to do something like that with it. I don't know. I've never had any complaints when I put in extra bacon. So while this is starting to cook down a little bit, the oven just beep and put this in the oven for 10 minutes or until the salmon is nice and flaky. All right, now that the bacon has cooked up a little bit, but it still has more to go, we're going to go ahead and add in all of the Brussels sprouts. And then once this is cooked down quite a bit more, we're going to add in some garlic, but not quite yet.
baby, let's raise our glasses because Christmas time is here. It's time for singing and dancing. Baby, let's spread a little Christmas cheer.
This is yet again another dinner that looks like you put way more effort in than you did. It looks like you spent a lot of time on this one, and as you guys saw, you really just don't spend much time at all. I started cooking the salmon and Brussels sprouts, and within 20 minutes, we were ready to start eating. I love the look of fancy meals. I love how it makes everyone, ooh and ah about it. But if they are not simple and fairly quick, it's just not something that I'm realistically going to make regularly. So here I'm just using one of those chopped salad kits that you saw in the grocery haul earlier. This is one that my family loves because it has a ranch dressing, so it's a little bit more traditional in that way. but it also has a lot of flavor. It kind of tastes like the everything but the bagel seasoning. And for dinner on this night, we had the salmon. Kyle and the boys actually had some of that yummy chicken. We had the salad with it, and then those super tasty Brussels sprouts. And it just all tasted so incredible. So I feel like even though we spent most of the day in the kitchen, we got a lot done. We got everything nice and clean. We, of course, cleaned out our fridge, which you guys remember totally needed it. It needed to be cleaned out really badly, and it also needed to be reorganized. And it's been functioning way better for our family now that I have the shelves in different orders and just kind of placing things differently in there. Of course, we got lots of recipes done. We got that super juicy and flavorful cranberry chicken made. We got the roasted veggies that we can continue snacking on throughout the week. We also have those tasty almond snowball cookies. Those are so yummy, and I'm just always blown away by how quick and simple they are. And we also got that salmon made. Now this is just going to be for a dinner for tonight, but as you saw, you can make that salmon happen so quickly. Of course, those super tasty bacon Brussels sprouts that have the smokiness of the bacon and the crispiness from frying the Brussels sprouts, they are just such a home run. Let me know in the comments which of these recipes are you going to be trying first. If I can suggest one, I would definitely suggest that chicken. It is just so juicy and so flavorful. You guys are going to love that one. And if you are needing more recipes, I'm going to link my homemaking playlist right here on the side of the screen. You guys will find tons of different recipes in there from the last several years. And also I have everything linked over on my website, which is of course in the description box. So lots of different recipes that you can find on my channel. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye guys. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I am standing in my messy, very messy bedroom, and we're going to be heading into my bathroom shortly as well. We have been dealing with some sickness in the house, so everything's kind of gone to the wayside. Thankfully, we are all feeling better now, but I know this season has just been pretty rough for that. We are going to be tackling all of this today. I want to really not only just tidy everything up, but also deep clean everywhere, including my shower, and I have a few new tools and like cleaning products that I want to try out today. If we have enough time, I actually want to declutter in my dresser a little bit because that's been pushed down on my to-do list for way too long. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
I wanna hear you say that you only want me. Can you see me shaking? Hear the sound of my heart breaking. Bless the soul that's aching, hoping I survive. The feeling lingers on every day of every month, wishing I just could forget about you. The weight upon my bones.
Welcome to my house. Welcome to the small little areas that are being neglected and definitely need a little TLC. All are welcome here, but do not pass judgment, please. Here on my channel, I share tips and motivation, and through everything, we are able to give each other grace. And hopefully you've come here and gained a friend and someone to enjoy your day with and find motivation together. But today I am headed upstairs to grab some of our boys' clothes, and we are going to be tackling all of the boys' laundry that has also gotten away from me. We are literally out of laundry baskets. It's time to put laundry away.
Don't think that I'll ever forgive myself for losing you, or for losing you. Left our love up on those dusty shelves. Can't forgive myself.
I actually cannot wait to tackle this laundry room at some point. I don't know what all the plans are, but it would be so nice to get things like actually benefiting us a lot more in this area. So hopefully that can be soon.
Well, maybe it was fate when you walked in the door. I could have sworn I've seen your face
My bathroom is another area that totally gets away from me daily. I think it's maybe because it's a place that's kind of like I come in here to get ready for the day, but we definitely don't have guests in our bathroom except, sharing it with all of you guys, but we don't have people actually like walking in our bathroom and seeing the mess. So it's just easy to kind of let it go a little bit more. But in the new year, I have so many amazing decluttering and organizing plans in our bathroom and kind of throughout the house. But I think specifically in our bathroom, it's going to make such a huge difference in just not letting this space totally get away from us like this. Anytime we have extra leftover water, like that's kind of stale in water bottles, I'll just go around the house and like water plants with it. That way it doesn't waste, but we're not having to drink like stale water.
Thank God that you said hi, 'cause I was way too shy. What would have happened if you just had passed me by the night? We keep on drinking, keep on wishing for someone out there to love. All those little moments, the bus you didn't catch me looking over your shoulder, just at the right time. Those little moments all led me to you. Only God knew about 'em.
All right, my plan of attack for the bathroom is to just work top to bottom. So I'm gonna start with like light fixtures, then I actually might move to like the more, intense cleaning, like the bath and the shower especially. And then I'll work like mirrors, cabinets, counters, all that kind of stuff, just work our way down until we get to the floor. And then we'll move on to the bedroom.
We push it right on through. I know you need it too, because we have been working hard right from the very start. Who knew we get this far? But now it's time for
I have no idea how these got so dusty. I dust them every single week, as you can tell. Just kidding. Obviously, I don't dust these near enough. It's again one of those things that's kind of out of sight, out of mind, and something that you just don't think like, oh, how long has it been since I've dusted the blinds in my bathroom? You just, deal with the more intense messes like dishes, laundry, cleaning up the floor, vacuuming, all those more obvious things. And these other little side things kind of get pushed to the wayside. That's just how life works. So life got the best of me, but I'm getting them cleaned up now. And a few tips that I have for cleaning your blinds and windows is one, to start by dry dusting. And then I like to use my vacuum to suck up any of the extra dust that fell to the ground. And then once you have all of that dry dusting taken care of, then you can go in with a wet cloth or your cleaning spray and a rag. But first take care of that dry dust by itself.
we push it right on through. I know you need it too, because we have been working hard right from the very start. Who knew we get this far? But now it's
My favorite way to clean our bathtub is actually with Dawn dish spray and a broom, just a regular old Dollar Tree broom. My bathtub broom got used on the floor, I think, and so I just need to get one and like label it. Instead, I'm gonna use this scrubber brush. It has like a long handle, but this will seriously save your back. I actually prefer for a bathtub a broom just because I feel like it gets better, like easier in all the nooks and crannies, but this will definitely work. But if you have not tried that hack before, go ahead, grab yourself a bathroom broom from just Dollar Tree and it will be incredible. You will never go back. As you can see, I'm using my vacuum once again first. That is the first step to get all of those dust clumps and everything away. And then once that's all taken care of, then I can actually deep clean it and scrub it down with my Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray and my little scrub brush. And you guys will have to let me know, have you tried the broom trick? I thought it was the most brilliant idea. I figured that out years ago, and it turns out a lot of you guys had figured that out as well. So let me know if you've tried that broom trick out, but it is just like one of my favorite cleaning hacks. Alright, we are making some progress. So I was actually planning to come into the shower now. However, there is like a cleaner that I ordered and it's taken a little while to get here, but it's going to be arriving today and it's not quite here yet. So before I go ahead and clean all that, I just want to see if I can wait until it arrives. So I'm just gonna kind of continue on with everything else and then we'll jump back into the shower. But I have really high hopes for this cleaner. I saw it online and I just thought, this looks like it works so good. So hopefully I'm not being duped, but we will find out in just a little bit. I think I'll just continue on in the bathroom and then fingers crossed. I know it's here in Arizona, like in the Phoenix area. So fingers crossed it arrives really, really soon.
A minute until midnight. I'm just wondering where you at. Just thought I'd call, wish you good night. I left my key under the mat. I don't get anything done, you're stuck on my mind. I keep on missing your touch, missing your vibe. This feeling I go when I say what we had. Won't you come on over?
We just got a delivery. This is what I was waiting for. So it's Zepp Grout Cleaner and Brightener. The video I watched on this, I was like, wow, this looks incredible. So seriously, fingers crossed it works because you guys know I have struggled with the grout in this house and I'm just thinking this is gonna be like my secret weapon for it.
Don't you miss me too? Give it all you got, babe. Give it all you got, baby. I'd rather try than lose you. Give it all you got, baby. Give me all you got.
Quick break to swap out the laundry, then we'll get back into the shower.
Late night, starlight, wide awake but I don't make a sound. Lose track, think back, far away from where I am now. Cause I'm stuck in California while my head's in Arizona. I just convinced myself I'm alright, but I've never felt this so sick. And I'm trying to control it, but I've never been so sure. I've never felt this before. Yeah, I've never felt this so sick. And I'm trying not to show it, but I've never felt this so sick. I can't take anymore. Yeah, I've never felt this so sick. Oh, sick, oh, sick. I've never felt this so sick. I can't take anymore. Yeah, I've never felt this so sick. Oh,
Okay, so like I said, this is the product that we're gonna try in the shower. It says you just pour it on and then let it sit for about 3 minutes, and then you can kind of rub it and then wipe it away. So the other item that I got is one of these brushes or like scrubbers. It actually has different heads. So it has like this flat brush. It also has this one that's perfect for corners and probably like getting in grout. And all you do is just pop it on. It has like a waterproof charger on the bottom, and then you just turn it on and turn it off. And I'm gonna use this to like really scrub in there and get that nice and clean. Oh, and then I also ordered some of these. This is all pretty much from Amazon, I think. I want to really try this, getting in the window crevices. It's just some really tough stuff with a handle, so I figured that will be good. And then, oh my gosh, I'm gonna show you guys this next one. This one came recommended to me by my sister-in-law who lives on a farm, and it's like the funniest thing, but it actually worked really, really well. All right, it is a horse brush for grooming. She just had extra ones of these, and when we were working on the apartment up in Montana, she used this to clean the tile in that bathroom, and it came up so great. And she was like, you know what? One of the best little like hidden tools for cleaning. So, all right, I'll trust you on it. I ordered it and we'll see how it goes, but I did see it work in Montana, so I have pretty good faith in it. Let's go ahead and start emptying this out. I'll show you guys some befores because I know it's gonna be so much cleaner than it was.
Heavy eyes, long drive, maybe I'll tune the radio on.
Quick little tip, if you have a towel bar and you want hooks but you can't replace your towel bar like we have here, you can go ahead and just add some S-hooks. You can find them on Amazon for really cheap. You just pop them on your towel bar and voila, you have a ton of hooks for basically no effort and minimal cost. Kyle always leaves his long hair all over the shower. Just kidding. Obviously, those are my hairs, and I just am not the best about picking them up. I always have the best intentions of cleaning out the shower, but it just doesn't happen daily. So I actually have a theory that I don't know why I didn't think about before, but our shower seems to get very dirty and very like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to stay very clean for very long. And also it's like the grout almost leaks within hours maybe of cleaning it. It's just the strangest thing. And until I was cleaning on this day, I just realized I think our grout may not be sealed. So I'm not sure about that. I'm definitely gonna have to look into that a little bit more, but that would honestly answer so many questions that we've had about this shower. It just seems like it gets more dirty than any other shower we've ever owned. But anyway, I did want to say these tools worked super, super well. I really love the scrub brush for all of like the corners and small crevices. They just worked really, really well. And then that horse brush actually worked incredible. That one did take a little bit more elbow grease, but the results from that one was amazing. And I love that it's actually abrasive enough to be able to clean the areas, but it's not so stiff that you can't really push into it. So it's just like the perfect texture. And as weird as it may sound, if you need a really good cleaning brush, definitely check out a horse grooming brush. I will link the one down below along with all the other cleaners and products that I'm using today. But that is one thing that I never ever imagined I would have in my little cleaning arsenal, but it's amazing.
I don't take no chances. Fill up all the blanks with lemon sprinkled ice. Please don't ask me twice. Rhythm got me bouncing. Bottles got me crashing. Don't you know? Don't you know?
You guys, our shower has literally never been as clean as it was today. It still is cleaner today than on the day that we moved in. It's just incredible, and I'm just still blown away by the cleaner, number one, and then the two tools that I used. They just all worked so well together. Our shower smells really clean. It feels really clean. and I feel like it's going to actually stay a little bit cleaner, especially if I look into it more and possibly maybe seal the grout if that is the case. But either way, we have a clean slate now, and I'm really excited to just kind of help maintain that and keep it a little cleaner now that I have these new tools. And I also cannot wait to use that tile and grout cleaner upstairs on the boys' grout. If you remember, I think it was during my spring cleaning videos earlier in the year, but I struggled so much with the boys' grout because it really just doesn't look like it's ever been cleaned before, and I've not found a good way to clean that one. So I'm really excited to use this cleaner on that, and I will definitely share it when I do, but hopefully that is going to be the cleaner that I've been waiting for up there.
I'm just in it for the thrill of it. I just wanna get the hang of this, and I know there is no cure. Drowning in ideas. I'm just in it for the highlight drift and the highlight, just the high feel living in the highlight drift, just the highlight twist on the highlight. I'm just in it for the highlight drift and the highlight, just the high feel living in the highlight drift, just the highlight twist on the highlight. I'm just in it for the I'm just in it for the thrill of it. I just wanna get the hang of this, and I know there is no cure. We're moving to
Alright, the bathroom is nice and clean other than the floors. We are going to come back to the floors because we're going to have to do the floors in our bedroom anyway. But in here, we are going to be cleaning again just from top to bottom. I want to start with the fan, change out our bedding, and then I also want to swap our summer lighter weight comforter and duvet set for our more like winter version that's a little bit heavier, and then tackle all of this laundry. Oh my gosh, it just, when you don't stay on top of it, it really piles up. But we do have a bit to get done in here, and I think, like I said, I'm just gonna work top to bottom, and then eventually we will finish, and it will feel so good because this bathroom feels amazing.
I've been dreaming all night, bringing me some inspiration. Never meant to love no one, but baby, I saw you for a second and I'm happy that you came my way. Don't wanna waste no time without you ever brightening up my days. Never meant to fall so hard.
And guess what? I forgot to clean my fan. That was the first thing that I was going to be starting with in here because I wanted to work from the top down. But once I got all the bedding changed over, I didn't want to clean the fan and let all that dust just fall onto the clean bedding. So I decided I'll go ahead and clean that another day instead.
Glimpse of you deserts me. You're all I think about sometimes. But baby, I saw you for a second and I'm happy that you came my way. Don't wanna waste no time without you ever brightening up my days. Never meant to fall so hard.
Every time I put my bedding on, I always get questions about our bedding and our sheets and also our pillows. So I will do my best to link everything down below, but our bedding is all from Boll & Branch. I believe this sheet set is a signature sheet set. This is hands down the softest sheets we have ever used. And then our pillows are actually from Mattress Firm. We have had them for years and years. They never unfluff or get crinkled up or anything. We haven't had to replace them, so I cannot recommend any of these enough. They are just amazing. So I have a super great trick to putting on your duvet cover really simply. So the first thing you're gonna do is take your duvet cover and flip it inside out. Next, you're going to take your duvet insert and lay it on top of your duvet cover, and just make sure that you have it laying like the right way, like head and foot, and that way you can start tying the corners to the duvet cover.
I've been dreaming all night, bringing me some inspiration.
Now that you have all 4 corners tied together, you're just going to make it a little easier on yourself and fluff it up before you put it back together. And now you are just going to go inside of your duvet cover and grab the 2 corners on top and pull them out, and this will come perfectly together. You'll have your duvet insert inside of the duvet cover, and then you can just fluff it up and zip it up and you're good to go. Now we can go ahead and zip it up and then just fluff it out.
I don't need you, then why so settled? I withdrew. Still it feels just like
You always love this part.
You get silly.
Is it fluff?
Yeah, it is. I'm not even going to ask you to help me with that part because you're going to rip it out of my
I
hand.
will help.
No, I don't want your help on that.
All done?
you don't understand. You got me gone. But sometimes I might be a bit selfish when you're way too humble. Might be overzealous, getting you in trouble. 'Cause I'm a little bit unsteady, even a little bit mad. Might be a disaster, or just the best you've ever had. Or just the best you've ever had. 'Cause I'm a little bit unsteady, even a little bit mad. Might be a disaster. When I'm with you, I feel different, like I'm brand new.
Here is our progress. You can actually see part of our floor now because we took over the sheets, which were in one of the baskets, and then we also have all the pillows like off of this pile. So we have a bed made, fresh clean linens, including the comforter. I think we're just going to continue on with laundry, get that sorted out, and then we'll actually start like cleaning in here because you guys can see it really needs it. And that's just the surface level stuff. Ugh.
I get dressed up to go downtown. I'm all messed up on a Friday night. Not really here for a good time, but if you're up for drinks and a good crowd, raise your glass to the sky. Let's toast to that. All these people can stare. I don't care about that. This is my pity party. I'm gonna cry all night and I'll flip the bird at the guys I don't need.
So we have been doing this for probably a year or close to a year now. But basically by the front door, we just have a sock bin. We have a clean sock bin and a dirty sock bin. And right now our kids basically just wear all the same size socks, which is super convenient. And so it's super nice. Like I have this mound of socks. They're all like the same style. So the kids just find a match every morning. And then when they go to take their shoes off, they can just toss it right in the dirty sock bin because it's all just right next to their shoe area. And it makes life so much easier. It's just like one little step that makes things go a little bit smoother. I think today I'm gonna go ahead and just match them up, but a lot of times I don't do that. It just depends on like how I'm feeling.
I'm not someone you should cheat on. 'Cause when I come back strong. Raise your glass to the sky. Let's toast to that. All these people can stare. I don't care about that. This is my pity party. I'm gonna cry all night and I'll flip the bird at the guys. I don't need nobody. This is my pity party. I'll do just what I want, yeah. I'll dance on top of the bar.
My poor Ivy. I cannot keep these ones alive. I don't know what happens to them. I think they get like spider mites maybe. I know he looks dead now, but I just couldn't bear my spare to like get rid of him. I'm so sad about this.
Wanna shout it out. Yeah, I just want the world to know. I'm gonna scream it loud. 'Cause I can't help but love it so. Whoa, whoa. I wanna shout it out. You got my heart on overload. Oh yeah, you got me under your spell. You know that I'm addicted, 'cause your love's like a drug. All my life I've searched.
All right, it's about time for the kids to get home, so we're gonna run pick them up and then we'll come back and finish things up in here.
And now I found it here with you.
I am so excited for the new year. I'm already making plans on different ways to kind of keep our house running more efficiently, hopefully preventing our home from getting this bad or as bad as like our bathroom was, and definitely how out of control our master bedroom was. My plans include decluttering, organizing, and lots more. Let me know in the comments if you have similar plans for the new year. And if not, what are some of your goals that you have for the upcoming year? I know we all have different goals and we all have different things that we want to accomplish in the new year, but I feel like it's never the best idea to wait until the new year's actually here. I think it's nice to start making plans. That way you can kind of get ideas for things and just be a little bit more effective in actually achieving the goals that you set up for yourself. All right, we had a slight change of plans. We got home from picking the kids up and everything happened. We got way too busy and just didn't get around to coming back in here and finishing everything up. But we are going to finish things up still. So we got the kids to bed. Kyle's actually gonna help me knock this out tonight. So I'm going to tackle all the boys' laundry, just like sort through it and everything. And then the boys will go ahead and put it away tomorrow. Kyle's actually going to be working on the sliding glass doors, which is nice because I always have to use a ladder, and hopefully he won't have to. If not, he'll have to get a really short little stool or something. And then we'll tackle the floors, and I think that will be everything for today or for tonight.
Someday I'll find home. The picture in my mind. A place where I can go. And you'll be always mine. Always mine.
This was definitely not the plan for today. I was supposed to be getting all of this done earlier, but that's just how life goes. Like, you get busy and you have to adapt and get things done however you can. But I think it kind of works out because now you guys get a little bit of an after dark in today's video. Let me know in the comments, do you guys still enjoy seeing after dark and nighttime cleaning videos where they're just a little bit more peaceful and a little bit more relaxing? I still personally absolutely love them just because they are really peaceful. Like, you get that dose of motivation, but you also get to relax a little bit. So I still love them, but I would love to hear if there's something that you still enjoy watching.
You're always mine.
Kyle was totally questioning my method on this, but next time you mop, try using really hot water along with a dishwasher tab to mop your floors. It really does work super, super well.
No back and forth. I promise you I'm always yours.
always mine.
I felt like we were so incredibly thorough in my bedroom and bathroom today. A lot of days you need to just spend your time really spread out, getting all the different things done, and you don't always have time to really put your focus into one area. But when you are able to take a little extra time and truly focus your efforts into one space, it can totally reset your space and it just gives it a whole new feeling. Our bedroom and bathroom has not felt this clean or this put together in a while, and it's honestly made all the difference. It's made waking up easier. It's made even making our bed in the morning a lot easier. It's made keeping up on our laundry and keeping our bathroom clean a lot easier. Once everything gets to this level of clean, like where you just have gone through everything all together with a lot more focus and intent, it really does make a huge, huge difference. So I would urge you to look around and see what space you can dedicate a little bit of extra time and effort into and just see how big of a difference it makes for you. Also, side note, I would love to hear your thoughts on this mirror. We actually got this mirror quite a while ago, and then we were waiting for some things and we ended up doing things a little bit differently, and now the mirror is too late that we can't return it, and we honestly don't really want to because we really do like the style, but it actually doesn't go in the space that we were intending it to. So let me know if you have any ideas of where this mirror could go. In the new year, once the holidays have passed and life hopefully calms down, I really hope to go through the entire house with more focus and just clean each room a little bit more intently like I did today. And I'm really looking forward to that feeling of just seeing all of the spaces kind of transformed like our bedroom and bathroom did, without adding anything else, but just simply deep, deep cleaning.
You gotta get up to get down, kid. You gotta get down to get up again. You gotta get up to get down, kid.
I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed having a friend to clean along with today. Let me know in the comments how you spent today's video. Did you prop me up on your phone, TV, or tablet and clean right along with me? Or did you just choose to hang out with me for a while and get some banked up motivation for another time? There's definitely no right or wrong. I do both things when I watch videos as well. I hope you guys have an amazing day ahead of you. And if you have a little extra time today, I'm going to link a video on the right side of the screen right here so you can go ahead and check it out and spend a little extra time with me today. If you are not subscribed already, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys very soon in the next one. Bye guys.
You gotta get down to get